doubleheader to salvage the series against Newberry in order to win the series. Win 2 out of 3 after Newberry won in a pitcher's duel 2-1 yesterday. The Eagles looking for opportunities. They'll have plenty of chances to do that. And the question is how well will the Eagles be able to do? It's almost a bullpen by committee approach in game one. Branson Angel hasn't had too many extended starts in the young season so far, but he's looking to do so here against the Wolves in order to propel Carson-Newman offensively, who've been struggling the past 3 games. You look all the way back to the Sunday game against Emory and Henry last weekend, and the Bats struggled. The Bats struggled against Lee, and the Bats struggled yesterday against Newberry. So the question really becomes, what will the Bats look like for Carson-Newman? Are the Bats going to get back in order for the Eagles? Is that swing going to finally find itself again, dating back all the way to last Friday in the first games of the doubleheader against Emory and Henry last weekend? Or will Newberry be able to keep that pitching going with Hunter French on the mound and continue to more or less beat up on these Carson-Newman Bats who have been ailing recently after poor performances offensively in the last game against Emory and Henry, the midweek against Lee on Tuesday, and then yesterday's game against Newberry? So that's really the question for Carson-Newman, is what will the Bats, what will the offense look like today? Had to almost use small ball, including a sacrifice bunt in the top of the 7th yesterday in order to scratch its only run of the game across. Carson-Newman was able to wake up the Bats in that last game against Emory and Henry, in which they struggled offensively against the bullpen. It was an ace on the mound for Newberry yesterday, so the question becomes, what will Carson-Newman look like taking on Hunter French, as his name is announced in front of a very respectable crowd here in Newberry at the Smith Road Complex. Well, hey, we'll step aside, let the national anthem play, and when we come back, we'll be ready for ball. 16 innings of baseball coming up on the Eagle Sports Network. Don't go anywhere. It's Carson-Newman and Newberry.
Dorm food got you down? Need a home-cooked meal? Then Lisa's Country Kitchen is for you. Lisa's Country Kitchen has been feeding Carson-Newman students for 15 years. Lisa's has a family-friendly atmosphere all day long, from the morning with her $2.99 breakfast specials to dinner with Lisa's fresh, never-frozen steaks. Carson-Newman students get a 10% discount with their student ID.
Lisa's Country Kitchen on Route 92 off Old Andrew Johnson Highway. The best food for the best prices.
Looking to make your home more comfortable and affordable? Maybe with a new electric heat pump or new attic insulation? And don't forget new doors and windows. AEC is here to help. We have a quality contractor network, easy financing, and incentives for home upgrades. Plus, AEC carefully inspects every job to ensure the highest quality satisfaction. Visit our website at aeccoop.org for applications, contractor lists, and more details. AEC, power what matters most.
We love to cheer for our home teams, like the Eagles. It means more when we're rooting for the people we know. Did you know Tri-Lite is your home team internet provider? We're right here in Jefferson City, serving the people we know with our ultra-fast, ultra-reliable fiber broadband network. And we'd love to serve you. Learn more at trilite.net or by calling 833-847-0824. Go Eagles!
How do you know you're in a community, not just a town? Well, strangers smile as they walk by. They refill your coffee without you asking. And when you ask directions, people offer to walk you there. Communities give more. The way you know when you walk into First Bank that you are in a real community bank. Great products, direct access to your local bankers, and relationships that can last a lifetime. Don't just have an account. Have a community with First Bank. Member FDIC.
Back here from the Smith Road Complex in Newberry, South Carolina. We get set to go here in the top of the first inning. We'll take you through the starting lineups one more time for Carson-Newman offensively. Ryan Jenkins, the shortstop, will lead things off. Spencer Williams, the right fielder, bats second. Logan Floyd, the first baseman, bats third. Cleanup batter is designated hitter Tanner Kilgore. Five-spot, a familiar name in the five-hole for Carson-Newman. Nicholas Castellana, the catcher. Aiden Gibson bats sixth at third base. Cole Nathan bats seventh at second. Rounding out the batting order, two outfielders for the Eagles. Ryan Bolton, the left fielder, batting eighth, and Trey Miller rounds out the batting order as the center fielder, hitting ninth. And that second leadoff spot is now Carson-Newman's leader in batting average. For Newberry, Bryson Knuckles, the second baseman, leads things off. Jesse Free, the third baseman, bats second. Jonathan Velez, Wilson Wages, and Cade Faircloth bat 3 through 5. Osmond Coletti, McCurry, and Mims round out the order for the Wolves. Ryan Jenkins steps in against Hunter French. French, the right-handed pitching senior out of Mineola, Florida, has a 1-1 record on the year, a 5.65 ERA, and 14 1/3 innings pitched. The first delivery is a called strike, as our first pitch a bit delayed today at 1:05, the official first pitch. A ball downstairs as Jenkins takes it. So 1 ball, 1 strike, top of the first inning on the leadoff batter of the ball game. A called strike at the letters for Ryan Jenkins puts him behind to the count, 1-2. Carson-Newman wearing white pants with a navy blue stripe up the side, navy blue belts, and jerseys to match. The 1-2 chopped over to the third base side, fair territory. Free picks it up and fires onto first for the first out of the inning. Taking a look defensively for the Wolves, Wilson Wages, Cade Faircloth, and Jack Coletti in the outfield from left to right. It's Free, Mims, Knuckles, and Osmond from left to right in the infield. The battery for Newberry, French on the mound, and McCurry, who we did not see yesterday, is behind the plate doing the catching. First pitch called strike to the next batter, Spencer Williams, batting .250 on the year. Takes it at the letters, or at the knees, I should say. The 0-1. This one's hit well, but towards center field, playable for Faircloth, who's still jogging into left center field. More like Wages' ball to play, but it's caught by the center fielder, Faircloth, for the second out. Logan Floyd, the three-hole batter, the first baseman, Carson-Newman, looking to at least get a base runner here in the top of the first, something they failed to do yesterday in Game 1 of this series. Floyd's first pitch taken outside for ball 1. Navy blue jerseys for Carson-Newman with Eagles written in a block font across the front and white with orange outlines. Similar numbers on the back of the jerseys as the 1-1. 1-0 finds the zone to make it a 1-1 on the outside portion of the plate about belt high. Navy blue batting helmets for the Eagles as well as the third pitch of the at-bat misses outside. Floyd has something to say to the home plate umpire, potentially about the delivery of Hunter French. French takes a look down at his wrist where he has his cheat sheet and fires the 2-1. It's hit sharply down the third baseline foul. White pants today. Scarlet jerseys with the Berry written in scarlet script across the front with white outlines. The 2-2 back into the dirt. 3 balls and 2 strikes. 2 gone here in the top of the first. Carson-Newman looking for its first base runner. Scarlet and white accents across the neck and sleeves for Newberry. Foul ball up the first base side will do it again. In the field, Newberry will wear white caps with red brims. The N with Howling Wolf on the front of the cap. 3-2, ball downstairs, and Logan Floyd will draw a 2-out walk. Gets a base runner for Carson-Newman, and it brings up Tanner Kilgore, who leads the team in home runs hit.
Now batting, number 36, Tanner Kilgore.
Kilgore, the designated hitter. You flash back to yesterday's game. Kilgore went 0 for 4, so looking to break the hitless spell here in the Palmetto State. The delivery taken outside and low to Kilgore. It's a 1-0 count. After the walk to Logan Floyd on a full count, French trying to find the zone again. Floyd takes a lead off of first as the 1-0 delivery is taken high for a called ball 2. Wind is blowing in from right field. As a pickoff back to first base to Logan Floyd. We saw plenty of that when the Eagles had runners aboard yesterday, and expect to see it a lot more today in our 16 innings of ball. 9 innings in game 1, 7 innings in game 2. The 2-0 delivery is skied into right field, parachuting down. The right fielder still charging in, makes a diving play, and it's Coletti who collects. It looked for a second like Coletti wasn't going to get there as he just kept running and running, but finally comes up with the catch on a dive. That'll do it for the top of the first. Eagles only get a base runner via the walk. The Wolves come up to bat for the first time today when we return on the Eagle Sports Network.
At InterDigital, we strive to be a leading provider of cutting-edge digital and marketing solutions. At InterDigital, we want to help our clients find success. Our team of technology gurus work together to ensure InterDigital continues to progress forward as technology advances. At InterDigital, we make technology work for you. Visit interdigital.com for IT support, web development, virtual tours, graphic design, internet marketing, mobile app, and film production services.
InterDigital, laser focused on your success.
Serving East Tennessee for 40 years, Magaha Electric is the perfect choice for all your electrical projects. Magaha Electric specializes in commercial, retail, manufacturing, residential, and industrial contracting needs. Magaha Electric can provide superior service, technical know-how, and realistic budgeting for any size project in a timely, cost-effective manner. Visit MagahaElectric.com for all your electrical contracting needs. Magaha Electric, your East Tennessee electrical contracting source.
Bottom of the first about to get underway here in Newberry. Branson Angel takes the mound for Carson-Newman. We'll take you through the starting batting order for Newberry one more time before we begin the bottom of the first. Bryson Knuckles, the second baseman, will lead things off. Jesse Free, the third baseman, bats second. Jonathan Velez, the designated hitter, bats third, all due up this inning. Wilson Wages bats cleanup in left. Kate Faircloth, the center fielder, in the 5 spot. Keeler Osbin bats 6th as the first baseman, and rounding out the batting order, the right fielder Jack Coletti bats 7th. Catcher Campbell McCurry bats 8th, and Chandler Mims bats 9th. Branson Angel, a right-handed pitching sophomore for Carson-Newman. No decisions yet, despite 3 starts and 8 2/3 innings pitched. Has an increased ERA of 7.27. So Bryson Knuckles, who leads Newberry in batting average with a .526, steps up to the plate. The Eagles were able to mitigate Knuckles yesterday with an 0 for 4 performance, which included Knuckles reaching on an error as well as striking out. The first pitch to him will miss from Branson Angel for ball 1. Knuckles looking to break out of that 0 for 4 spell with a base hit to lead off for Newberry. He skies at foul territory, first base side. Logan Floyd comes into the expansive foul territory here in Newberry, and it will drop for a foul ball and strike 1. So it's a 1-1 count as we reset. Navy blue jerseys for Carson-Newman, scarlet red jerseys for Newberry. And the 1-1 from Branson Angel as he kicks the leg and fires high and tight for ball 2. So a ball taken outside this time. 3 balls and 1 strike, bottom of the first inning. No score in our game. Game 2 of a 3-game series, but game 1 of today's doubleheader. The delivery is hit high and well into center field. Miller will watch it sail down and into his glove for the first out of the inning. So despite Bryson Knuckles being the leading batter for Newberry, Carson-Newman through 5 at-bats has caused Knuckles to go 0 for 5. We'd also like to extend a welcome to those listeners on Flow Sports, being simulcasted today onto Newberry's Flow Sports stream as a called strike will find the zone for strike 1. And for those tuning in on Flow or those who would typically watch Newberry's stream, we welcome you into our coverage here on the Eagle Sports Network as a foul ball goes back into the screen. That's strike 2. Tyler Katz with you for all 16 innings of today's game. Or games. Mentioned it yesterday, but I think I should mention it again. Jesse Free walking up to Freebird, and maybe the most appropriate walk-up song I have ever heard. A ball downstairs will make it a ball and 2 strikes. And despite Freebird being around since the 70s when Leonard Skinner initially released it, it just regained a burst of popularity. Free fouls it off the plate and keeps the count at 1-2. At not only the Four Nations face-off in hockey, but also at the World Juniors Tournament, also a hockey event, the United States team used Freebird as their goal song. The 1-2, ball downstairs, and the count goes even to Jesse Free. 2 balls and 2 strikes. 1 away in the bottom of the first with nobody on. The 2-2, that one's taken low, and Free has worked himself into a count against Branson Angel. Angel had 5 pitches to get out Bryson Knuckles. He has now well surpassed that in just his second batter of the game, more than doubling his pitch count. And that's a ball low into the dirt. Castellana has to chase it down to the backstop, but there is no threat from Free as he's content with taking the 1 base. So for both Newberry and Carson-Newman, first base runners of the day come by way of the Free pass on the base on balls. And it brings up Jonathan Velez. Velez, the native out of Mayaguez, Puerto Rico. Pickoff back to first. It's a close play, but Free is back in safely. Newberry 24 for 33 on stolen base attempts as a team, for a success rate of about 73%. Ball taken upstairs, and it's a quick 1-0 count to the designated hitter, Jonathan Velez, who's batting .269 on the year. One ball, no strikes. Angel sets, fires, and it's a bit low just underneath the knees of Velez. 2 balls and no strikes. Velez was a tough man to get strikes against yesterday, did draw a walk in his first appearance, ended up going 1 for 3, including a strikeout and grounded into a double play. Runner goes on a hit and run on a foul ball that gets well out of play and into the parking lot on the right field side. Two balls, 1 strike, 1 out. Jesse Free stands at first. Jonathan Velez, the batter against Branson Angel of Carson-Newman, as we'll take a look at the Eagles defensively after the 2-1 delivery to Jonathan Velez. Angel's pitch taken outside, and it's 3 balls and a strike. In the outfield, Ryan Bolton, Trey Miller, and Spencer Williams go left field, center field, and right field. The infield from left to right, Gibson, Jenkins, Nathan, and Floyd. Pickoff back to first, but Free is back in safe. The battery for Carson-Newman, Branson Angel, the starting pitcher on the mound. with Nick Castellana behind the plate doing the catching. (3-1). This one's hit well, given a ride towards left field. Bolton has to trace back, but he's got it in his sights and will make the catch for out number 2. 2 gone here in the bottom of the first. It brings up the cleanup batter, Wilson Wages. Wages, the left fielder, batting .386 on the season. Had a respectable game yesterday, was the first batter to get a base hit. That came in the first inning yesterday. Reached on a fielder's choice, then grounded out twice, one of which on a bunt attempt. Pickoff back to first. The wind is blowing in heavily from the right field foul pole where the American flag is set up here at the Smith Road complex. A called strike on the middle part of the plate, right around the letters. So it's a tough day to be a left-handed batter. If you pull it over to right field, it's likely going to be blown in and kept in the ballpark of what is already a cavernous ballpark here in Newberry. The 1-0 delivery is swung over the top of by Wages and missed. 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 gone here in the bottom of the first. Carson-Newman will have the 4-5-6 portion of its batting order due up in the top of the second. Angel, the Lutz, Florida native. Pitch out and trying to look for Jesse Free to take off for second. He doesn't, and the count moves to 1-2. Angel had to play this summer for the Florida Pokers of the South Florida Collegiate Baseball League over in Pembroke Pines, Florida, a bit ways from his hometown in Lutz. The 1-2 will miss low, ball 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Free stands at first after he walked with 1 away. Angel went 3-1 with the Pokers in Pembroke Pines with a 1.74 ERA and an incredible strikeout to walk ratio of 37-11. Ball will miss low and the count runs full. So Wilson Wages, 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. And the payoff pitch on the way. It's called strike 3. Wages throwing his hands all over the place in frustration with himself. Angel will get the punch out to end the frame. We'll take a short break. Through 1 inning of play, we're scoreless here in Newberry on the Eagles Sports Network.
My favorite thing about my community? The safety, the reliability, the people. We rely on each other, and we rely on local electric co-op. It's not just about electricity. It's about empowering community, empowering moments, empowering safety, empowering togetherness, empowering knowledge. That's why when I need something, I rely on my co-op. I trust my co-op because the co-op is us. We are the co-op. AEC, member-owned and service-driven.
This is Carson-Newman men's basketball alum Taylor Hawkins. I want to help your family secure its financial future. I'm with Modern Woodman Financial Planning, where we touch lives and secure futures. Let Modern Woodman protect your family's financial security through life insurance, retirement planning, and financial services. You can contact me, Taylor Hawkins, at cneagles.com/Modern Woodman. That's cneagles.com/Modern Woodman. Help secure your family's financial future through Modern Woodman Financial Planning.
We welcome you back here for the top of the second inning. Both teams come up empty with just a walk to speak of in their respective first innings. Carson-Newman comes up to the plate with the 5-6-7 portion of the batting order. Nicholas Castellana leads things off and will take a first pitch low and outside from the starting pitcher for Newberry, Hunter French. If you're just tuning in on the Eagles Sports Network, we welcome you in. A swing and a miss for strike 1 to Castellana, 1 ball and 1 strike. This is game 2 of the series, game 1 of 2 of a doubleheader, as the 1-1 called a strike at the knees, 1 ball and 2 strikes now to Castellana. If you're just tuning in on Flow Sports, we welcome you into our simulcast on Flow and the Eagle Sports Network. Ball downstairs will even up the count. 2 balls, 2 strikes, nobody gone to lead off the top of the second inning. Both teams got a base runner via the walk. And now with Castellana taking a ball downstairs will be a ball away from a walk. 3 balls, 2 strikes to Nicholas Castellana, who's batting an even .400 on the year. He'll foul off the 6th pitch of the at-bat, and we'll do it again.
Next up, we have number 22, Aiden Campbell.
3-2 inside. That'll miss. That's ball 4, and Castellana gives a healthy jog down to first base. So Castellana draws a full count walk. It is the second full count walk surrendered by Hunter French after Logan Floyd drew a walk on a 3-2 count last inning. But the leadoff man is on for Carson-Newman and an opportunity to make something happen. Aiden Gibson bats .350 on the year. It's the starting third baseman for Carson-Newman. Pickoff back to Castellana. And looking back to last game, I don't know if there was a single time in which Carson-Newman got a runner aboard that wasn't picked off. Showing bunt was Gibson, but he fouls it off for strike 1. Gibson went 1 for 4 yesterday, 3 flyouts, but did record a single in the 7th inning, then came around to score on an RBI single from Trey Miller, accounted for the only run for Carson-Newman yesterday and a 2-1 loss. Another pickoff. And if you're hearing some music playing, it's not from the speakers here. It's from next door at Newberry's softball game against Lander. 0-1. Ball comes inside, and it's 1 ball and 1 strike. Carson-Newman softball, no stranger to Lander. Runner at first is Castellana. Gibson shows bunt again. This time he lays it down right back to the pitcher, French, who will take the shore out over at first base on a 1-3 sacrifice bunt. Carson-Newman looking to use the Newberry strategy against them. Newberry ranks top 10 in Division II in sacrifice bunts and sacrifice flies, using a lot of small ball to get around the bases. The delivery right back up the middle, and Cole Nathan barely had time to introduce him as he singles up the middle. Castellana gets the green light. The throw will be well late, and the ball skips away as Nathan comes into second. So Carson-Newman takes its first run of the series. Cole Nathan will get a base hit that drives Castellana in. We'll wait to see how it's ruled, whether it's a double or a single with advance on the throw. Either way, Carson-Newman is on the board with a 1-0 lead. So the sacrifice bunt by Aiden Gibson pays off with a RBI base hit by Cole Nathan. And it brings up Ryan Bolton, who's been sneakily batting .412. He shows bunt, lays it down. Pitcher French picks it up. The throw onto first is excellent in time. What an athletic play from Hunter French on alternate batters. The Eagles have had 2 sacrifice bunts for the 2 outs on the scoreboard. A sac bunt by Aiden Gibson to push Castellana up to second, and now a sacrifice bunt by Ryan Bolton to push Nathan up to third. And it's Trey Miller, who's batting .452 and swinging a red-hot stick with a chance to drive him home. And for those wondering and keeping score at home, that was ruled as a single with advance on the throw for Cole Nathan to get him to second, who's now standing at third. Miller took a first pitch ball, and it's now 1-0. The pitch from French will miss low and outside on the 1-0, and it's now 2 balls and no strikes. 2 balls, no strikes, a delivery right at the letters. That's a called strike 1 and an easy call for the home plate umpire.
Next up for Lander, we have number 26, Reagan Hill.
51 degrees and sunny today at the Smith Road Complex. 6 miles per hour of wind sustained, gusting at 13. Pitch right down the middle of the plate. Miller didn't like it, but it's called a strike, and it's now 2-2. Miller has yet to take the bat off his shoulders. And the 2-2 delivery taken outside for ball 3. Should Miller reach, Ryan Jenkins, the leadoff batter and top of the order, stands on deck. Cole Nathan stands at third. The 3-2 is hit into foul territory. Osmond gives chase, but will watch it sail into the parking lot. Count remains 3-2. Nathan takes his lead, a very slight lead at that, off of third base. French hasn't been holding him on, and that's ball 4 downstairs to Trey Miller. So Miller will walk. It is the 3rd walk surrendered already today by Hunter French. And with runners at the corners and 2 away in the inning, it will bring up Ryan Jenkins, who grounded out to third to lead off the ballgame. So Trey Miller at first, Cole Nathan over at third. Ryan Jenkins, the batter, 0 for 1 today. Went 0 for 3 yesterday, so 0 for 4 on the series. A pickoff back to first to Trey Miller. And mentioned it in the last inning. We'll be seeing that a lot. Newberry loves to control the pace of the game. They try to not have their catcher McCurry throw down at all by holding runners on so much they don't want to try to go. Another pickoff attempt, and Miller is back in safe and standing. To the Wolves' credit, 1 pickoff attempt did work yesterday. Cole Nathan was picked off at second. Another pickoff, that's 3 in a row before a single pitch to Jenkins. Miller being kept honest. French looks ready to finally throw to Jenkins, and it's a breaking ball that misses low and away for ball 1. Well, for Newberry softball, who's playing just over the left field wall, hasn't been the best start for them. Here's the 1-0 delivery. Runner goes, the throw down, safe at second and advancing. Coming home is Cole Nathan. Trey Miller slides in safely. Nathan had the delayed steal and will advance on the stolen base. It's now 2-0 Carson-Newman. Miller with the 18th stolen base of the year for Carson-Newman. Nathan advances on that stolen base to score. I was just going to mention over at the softball facility here at Newberry, it is a 4-0 Lander lead. Carson-Newman leading 2-0, have already surpassed their run total from yesterday in this inning alone here in the top of the second. Carson-Newman only scratched across a single run through 9 innings yesterday, and including Newberry's 2 runs, they only scored 1 in the 3rd inning and the 4th inning. So this is the first time all series in which a team has scored more than a single run in a single half inning. After the stolen base by Trey Miller, he's in scoring position at second base. Ryan Jenkins steps back in with a 2-0 count. Quick mound visit from the Wolves and leaves Hunter French to his own devices. He looks down at his wrist with his cheat sheet. Second time through the batting order, with Jenkins in the 1 spot. The 2-0 delivery taken inside, and that's a called strike. Two balls, one strike, 2 outs. Both outs this inning have been recorded on sacrifice bunts from Carson-Newman. 2-1, ball taken upstairs, and it's now 3-1. Carson-Newman almost saying to Newberry, we'll give you a taste of your own medicine. Mentioned that Newberry is top 10 in Division II in sack bunts and sack flies. Well, there's been 2 sack bunts this inning by the Eagles. 3-1 count, so a hitter's count to Ryan Jenkins. And French will pick off the second. Nearly gets away, and it's called a balk. We saw a balk called against Carson-Newman yesterday. This is the first time we will see one called on Newberry this series. And just like that, Trey Miller, who was being held on with a pickoff attempt by Hunter French, it gets a free pass over to third base on the balk by Hunter French. And the 5th pitch of the at-bat will find the zone for strike 2. Count runs full to Ryan Jenkins, who's 0 for 1 today after grounding out to third last inning. Ball downstairs, and it will be a walk to Ryan Jenkins. It is already the 4th walk surrendered by Hunter French today, so certainly not the start Hunter French wanted, allowing 2 runs here in the top of the second. Has only allowed 1 base hit so far, and it was to Cole Nathan on the first pitch of his at-bat. It is the most walks surrendered by French in a single appearance this season, the most previously being 2 in the games against Barton and Wayne State of Michigan. Spencer Williams steps up to the plate with runners at the corners and 2 gone. First pitch is taken inside for the left-handed hitting Williams. Spencer Williams, a native to Seymour, Tennessee, out of Heritage High School. Pickoff back to first, and Jenkins is back in safely. Williams also got a chance to play summer ball this offseason for the Covington Lumberjacks of the Valley League. There he hit .287 with 4 doubles, 2 triples, and a home run for 19 total RBI. The 1-0 delivery is a chopper through the right side for a base hit. Past the diving glove of Knuckles. In to score is Trey Miller, and Jenkins will play station to station. Carson-Newman leads 3-0 off the second base hit of the inning. The balk comes back to bite Hunter French. Trey Miller would have been standing most likely at third, if not attempting to come home, but it would have been a play at the plate. Instead, Miller scores easily to make it 3-0. Logan Floyd becomes the next batter. He walked in his last plate appearance back in the first. 2 runners aboard for the sophomore from Georgia. First pitch is a called strike inside, about belt high. So Williams at first, Jenkins over at second. French now fires the 0-1 well outside, and the count's even. Floyd out of the Darlington School in Rome, Georgia, playing his high school ball for the Tigers in his sophomore season with Carson-Newman. French takes a look back to second, now fires the 1-1, just a tad low, 2 balls and a strike. French, the native to Mineola, Florida, out of Lake Mineola High School. He'll now fire the 2-1 delivery. It's a chopping ground ball to short, picked up by Mims, who will throw onto second, and there's a safe call instead of throwing to first. It is a fielder's choice that Mims tried to go to Knuckles for the out, but the speedy Spencer Williams beat out the throw.
Now batting number 36, Tanner Kilgore.
So Williams is safe at second. Jenkins advances to third on the play, And Tanner Kilgore comes to the dish. With the bases loaded, the first offering is a called strike outside about belt high. Kilgore at a Dobbins-Bennett High School in Kingsport, Tennessee, a ball outside. He's also in his sophomore season with Carson-Newman. Brother Taylor Kilgore on the Carson-Newman golf team. The 1-0, a big swing and a miss. Kilgore tried to drive it into left field based on how his swing looked and came up empty on it. First game of a 2-game doubleheader, 9 innings in this game, 7 innings in the next. The 1-2 delivery outside, the count's even at 2-2. A really dangerous take for Kilgore, as it looked like that may have caught a piece of the plate. Difficult to tell. And now it's 3 balls and 2 strikes as the umpire holds it up behind home. The delivery is hit into the air in center field. Faircloth charging in. Will he get there? He dives out, does not make the catch. 2 runs will score on an RBI single for Tanner Kilgore after Faircloth dives and can't come up with it. It's now 5-0 Carson-Newman. Jenkins scores easily. Williams comes right behind him, and Floyd pumps the brakes at second. And that's the benefit of batting with 2 outs. You don't need to wait to tag up to see if the catch is made. You're just wheels turning the second that the aluminum hits the ball. And the Eagles have batted around here in the second with a 5-run inning. Must feel good for the Eagles to put up a crooked number after only putting up a single run in yesterday's game. A look back towards second base where Logan Floyd stands. First pitch to Castellana, drills it into center field for a base hit. Floyd gets the green light. The throw will go to the cutoff man, and the Eagles have put up a 6-spot, an RBI single for Nick Castellana. Kilgore stops at second, and Floyd comes from scoring position in to score. The Eagles are certainly giving Branson Angel, the starting pitcher, an easy job when he comes back onto the mound in the bottom of the second inning. With a lot of insurance runs now, a 6-0 lead, and that's the end of the leash for Hunter French. Pitching change and a new arm coming into the ballgame for Newberry when we return here on the Eagles Sports Network and Flow Sports.
We select our insurance companies the same way you do, very carefully. When you work with us, you can count on receiving fast, courteous, and professional service and quality protection through Auto Owners Insurance. For a no-problem approach for your life, home, car, and business insurance needs, ask us about the No Problem Company, Auto Owners Insurance. Call Bible Insurance Agency at 423-586-4320 or go by 1600 East Andrew Johnson Highway in Morristown, serving the Lakeway area's insurance needs since 1931.
We love to cheer for our home teams, like the Eagles. It means more when we're rooting for the people we know. Did you know Tri-Lite is your home team internet provider? We're right here in Jefferson City, serving the people we know with our ultra-fast, ultra-reliable fiber broadband network. And we'd love to serve you. Learn more at trilite.net or by calling 833-847-0824. Go Eagles!
The Eagles have had a solid performance here in the second inning, and it's always a good inning when you can plate 6 runs on just 4 hits. The only 2 outs of the inning came on sacrifice bunts by Aiden Gibson and Ryan Bolton, who batted second and fourth in this inning. Gibson will be coming back up to the plate as the 11th batter of the inning, with the Eagles batting around. 2 runners aboard, Nick Castellana at first, Tanner Kilgore at second, and the new pitcher for the Newberry Wolves is number 40, Braden Gilson, who will be making his 5th appearance of the season. Gilson last appeared on Valentine's Day against Tusculum, where he only pitched 2/3 of an inning, allowed 2 hits, 3 runs. However, all of them were unearned. 2 walks allowed as well as a strikeout against the Pioneers of Tusculum. Well, Aiden Gibson had a sacrifice bunt earlier this inning and is 0 for 1 today. So 2 aboard for Aiden Gibson, the third baseman, batting .350 on the year. The first delivery is taken inside. That's a called strike around thigh high for Aiden Gibson. It's the second consecutive game in which Newberry has brought in a submarine arm as the first arm out of the bullpen. The 0-1 delivery taken inside for Gibson. Counts now even 1 ball and 1 strike. John Rawlings, the relief pitcher yesterday for Newberry, also has submarine arms, such as Braden Gilson. Runners at first and second with 2 away. Gilson's 1-1 delivery is hit up the middle. Gilson gloves it, will flip it onto first in time for the out. So all it took for Newberry was a call to the bullpen in order to get the final out of the frame. 6 runs will score on 4 hits, no errors, and 2 runners left on base. Eagles have a lot to smile about, soaring with a 6-run inning and leading 6-0 at the middle of the second on the Eagles Sports Network.
Dorm food got you down? Need a home-cooked meal? Then Lisa's Country Kitchen is for you. Lisa's Country Kitchen has been feeding Carson-Newman students for 15 years. Lisa's has a family-friendly atmosphere all day long, from the morning with their $2.99 breakfast specials to dinner with Lisa's fresh, never-frozen sticks. Carson-Newman students get a 10% discount with their student ID.
Lisa's Country Kitchen on Route 92 off Old Andrew Johnson Highway. The best food for the best prices.
How do you know you're in a community, not just a town? Well, strangers smile as they walk by. They refill your coffee without you asking. And when you ask directions, people offer to walk you there. Communities give more. The way you know when you walk into First Bank that you are in a real community bank. Great products, direct access to your local bankers, and relationships that can last a lifetime. Don't just have an account. Have a community with First Bank. Member FDIC.
Welcome you back here for the bottom of the second inning between Newberry and Carson-Newman. Whether you're tuning in on the Eagles Sports Network or on Flow Sports, we welcome you in to our broadcast today here in the Palmetto State in Newberry, South Carolina. Kate Faircloth, Keeler Osmond, and Jack Coletti are due up this inning. The 5, 6, 7 portion of the batting order for the Wolves. Faircloth steps back up. He was an Eagle killer yesterday. 3 for 4 performance, gets his batting average up to .333. First pitch he takes as well inside from Branson Angel for ball 1. The 1-0 delivery is a called strike on the outside part of the plate. 1 ball and 1 strike. Angel to Faircloth. He's been a tough out. 1-2 out of 3 rounds against Carson-Newman's ace Ryan Higgins yesterday. The 1-1 delivery is a called strike, and it's now a ball and 2 strikes. Some action across the banks of Mossy Creek today, besides baseball here in Newberry. The 1-2 delivery breaks its way into the inside part of the plate and out of the strike zone. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Carson-Newman beach volleyball still in Conway, South Carolina at the Coastal Carolina Invitational. The 2-2 hit well towards center field. Miller comes in and will make the catch in right center field. Cole Nathan, the second baseman, also went back but gave the ball up to Trey Miller in center. So a pop out to center field will bring up Keeler Osmond. Osmond, the first baseman, is batting a .156 on the season. The sophomore native to James Island, South Carolina. First pitch swinging. This one's hit towards left center field. Miller gives chase, but it will drop into the gap. For the first time this series, there's an extra base hit, and Osmond pulls into second with a stand-up 1-out double. There were no extra base hits, no doubles, no triples, no home runs yesterday, despite a total of 13 base hits between the two teams. Carson-Newman had 4 base hits today. All of them have been singles. And now Newberry will finally find an extra base hit. It just gets into the left center field gap where Miller and Bolton converged and just couldn't quite get there. Coletti, the right fielder, batting 167 on the year. First pitch from Angel is fouled off on the first base side into the Newberry bullpen. Coletti, the freshman from South Carolina, from Chapin. Angel gives a couple of look backs towards second, now fires the delivery on a called strike on the outside part of the plate. No balls and 2 strikes to Jack Coletti in what could be a big strikeout with a Newberry runner in scoring position. Carson-Newman Beach Volleyball taking on Erskine today, as well as the College of Charleston. A swing and a miss on an 0-2. Jack Coletti goes down on strikes. Second strikeout for Branson Angel. He struck out Wilson Wages to end the first inning, now strikes out Jack Coletti for the second out in the second inning. Campbell McCurry, the catcher, we did not see him yesterday, but he's batting .500 on the year. A look back towards second, now high and tight for ball 1. Those may remember Carson-Newman took on Charleston University of West Virginia in baseball a couple weeks ago. This is the Division I College of Charleston in South Carolina that Carson-Newman Beach Volleyball is playing today. Look back towards second. Now the 1-0 delivery from Angel is a called strike down low for Campbell McCurry. McCurry, the sophomore from Summerville, South Carolina. One delivery back up the middle. That'll be a base hit and an RBI for Newberry. Campbell McCurry. Oh, here comes the throw from center field. It looked like it was going to be a closer play than it was, and it gets away from Castellana. McCurry will advance on the throw. So a RBI single for Campbell McCurry. Kaylor Osborne comes in to score. Newberry strikes back after the Eagles plated 6 runs in the top of the second. And it brings up Chandler Mims, who's batting .289. First delivery is fouled off down the right side and well out of play. So strike 1 to the 9-hole batter Chandler Mims out of Edgefield, South Carolina. The 0-1 pickoff back towards second base, but McCurry gets back in safely. Carson-Newman Tennis also having their home opener today. Both men's and women's teams will be taking on Union Commonwealth University of Kentucky. A ball downstairs will miss. Sliding in the dirt was McCurry, the runner at second, but there was no threat of a throw from Castellana, so he gets back in safely. One ball, 1 strike, 2 away, runner at second for the Wolves. The 1-1 delivery is hit sharply towards third, gloved by Gibson. He'll throw onto first in time for the out. That's an inning-ending ground out hit into by Chandler Mims. But the Wolves strike back, a run on 2 hits, no errors and 1 runner left on base through 2 innings complete. It's Newberry 1, Carson-Newman 6 here on the Eagle Sports Network and on Flow Sports.
There's new fresh ideas on campus. From Chick-fil-A to Maples Coffee to Saboreos, Fresh Ideas has tons of high-quality dining options for whatever taste you may need. Saboreos is open Monday through Friday for lunch and dinner in the Health Sciences Building. Saboreos features all your Mexican favorites, from burritos to nachos to quesadillas to tacos to anything you can think of in a tortilla. Follow Fresh Ideas on Instagram at Carson-Newman Dining.
This is Carson-Newman men's basketball alum Taylor Hawkins. I want to help your family secure its financial future. I'm with Modern Woodman Financial Planning, where we touch lives and secure futures. Let Modern Woodman protect your family's financial security through life insurance, retirement planning, and financial services. You can contact me, Taylor Hawkins, at cneagles.com/Modern Woodman. That's cneagles.com/Modern Woodman. Help secure your family's financial future through Modern Woodman Financial Planning.
Through 2 innings, Carson-Newman holds a 5-run lead here in the second game of this 3-game series against the Newberry Wolves. And game 1 of our doubleheader today, Carson-Newman looking for a doubleheader sweep to steal the series away from Newberry. Cole Nathan, Ryan Bolton, and Trey Miller, the 7, 8, 9 portion of the batting order due up. Cole Nathan, first pitch, swinging on a foul ball that heads back towards the concession stand behind home plate. So no balls and 1 strike. The delivery is a ball that misses downstairs. Evens up the count to 1-1. And again, if you're hearing music, it's not from the facility here at the Smith Road Baseball Complex, as another ball missed to Nathan, 2 balls and 1 strike. It's instead from the Newberry softball facility just over the left field wall. Well, things aren't going great for the Wolves over there. It's a 9-0 Lander lead in the third. Ground ball gets through the right side. Cole Nathan with a leadoff single that gets through the legs of Coletti, and Nathan chugs up to second base. A single and an error by Coletti have the Eagles with a runner in scoring position to lead off the third. It is the 23rd error of the year against Newberry in just their 14th game played.
Now batting number 24, Ryan Bolton.
And it brings up Ryan Bolton. Bolton will call time. He's back and talking with his coach in Tom Griffin, who's explaining this could be a potential hit and run scenario, or to intentionally take a certain pitch of an at-bat to allow Nathan to attempt to steal third. Any one of those scenarios could occur. Tom Griffin, the third base coach for the Eagles. Gilson, the relief pitcher, he shows bunt. He lays it down on the third base side. Free picks it up, fires on the first. Did he get on the bag? No, it pulled him off. Newberry is in a look of shock and disbelief, and immediately calling time. We'll have a conversation with the umpires. First-year head coach for the Newberry Wolves in Jay Snyder, after Russ Triplett left for the Citadel this offseason. Snyder has been in the program for a number of years now and just got the promotion to head coach of Newberry. So Snyder comes out to have a conversation. The 3 umpires from the South Atlantic Conference converge to talk about it. Complaints from the Newberry fans, and it looks like we have come to a decision and ruled as safe. So we'll see who gets credit on the error for that, but it is back-to-back plays with errors for the Wolves. Or now, hang on, now they're saying out. The first base umpire walked over and then showed an out call after the umpires had originally ruled safe. So I'm not quite sure what the ruling is there, because they ruled safe to begin with, talked about it, called safe again, And then when everybody got reset, the first base umpire pointed to Bolton and said, "You're out." And there's only a runner at third now. So one gone in the inning for Trey Miller. First pitch he takes is a called strike. It doesn't go against Bolton, that will now go down as a sacrifice bunt that pushes Nathan up to third. Miller will swing and miss for strike two. This could be a big strikeout for relief pitcher Braden Gilson as it stops the opportunity of a sacrifice fly that would score Nathan from third. The pitch is a ground ball hit over to short. The infield was in, and Mims will throw on to first base for the out. So Newberry has done a nice job of now mitigating a threat of Cole Nathan reaching second base to lead off the inning. Ryan Bolton pushed him up to third, but a Trey Miller ground out. Mims was in, waited to see that Nathan was going to stay at third before firing on to first, and does a nice job of holding the second baseman over at third base. Back to the top of the order brings up Ryan Jenkins, who first pitch he sees is a called strike belt high on the exterior portion of the strike zone for the right-handed hitting Ryan Jenkins. As a foul ball will hook back for strike two. The 0-2 delivery is called strike three on the inside part of the plate. So Jenkins tried to take one. Instead, it will be the first strikeout by Newberry today. The threat is mitigated. Cole Nathan got on second base to lead off the inning after a sac bunt, a ground out, and a strikeout. Nothing comes across. No runs on a hit and error, and one runner left on base for the Eagles. In the top of the third, it's still 6-1. Eagles lead.
Dorm food got you down? Need a home-cooked meal? Then Lisa's Country Kitchen is for you. Lisa's Country Kitchen has been feeding Carson-Newman students for 15 years. Lisa's has a family-friendly atmosphere all day long. From the morning with their $2.99 breakfast specials to dinner with Lisa's fresh, never-frozen steaks. Carson-Newman students get a 10% discount with their student ID.
Lisa's Country Kitchen on Route 92 off Old Andrew Johnson Highway. The best food for the best prices.
Serving East Tennessee for 40 years, Magaha Electric is the perfect choice for all your electrical projects. Magaha Electric specializes in commercial, retail, manufacturing, residential, and industrial contracting needs. Magaha Electric can provide superior service, technical know-how, and realistic budgeting for any size project in a timely, cost-effective manner. Visit MagahaElectric.com for all your electrical contracting needs. Magaha Electric, your East Tennessee electrical contracting source.
Back here from Newberry, South Carolina. Carson-Newman leading 6-1 as we begin the bottom of the third. Leading things off for Newberry is the top of the batting order, Bryson Knuckles, Jesse Free, and Jonathan Velez. Newberry's defense did a good job in the previous half inning in the top of the third after the leadoff runner got aboard in Cole Nathan. Eagles got him to third, but that's as far as he would go. As the first pitch to Bryson Knuckles is inside for ball one. The delivery is hit well into the right center field gap. Williams on his horse racing back. He'll reach up. He makes the catch as he falls over. A nice grab by Spencer Williams in deep right center field. So Bryson Knuckles, who is the batting leader for Newberry this season, currently struggling to get a base hit as he's 0 for 6 against the Eagles. First pitch is taken low by Jesse Free. Free is 0 for 0 today. His lone plate appearance was a walk. First pitch is, or second pitch of the at-bat, I should say, is a called strike. One ball, one strike. The delivery is a called strike down at the knees. So a ball and two strikes. Carson-Newman leading Newberry 6-1 here in the bottom of the third. The 1-2. This is hit well center field. However, Miller has it in his sights. Barely has to move as this parachutes down into his glove for the second out of the inning. Knuckles flies out, Free flies out, and the Eagles have had a strategy against Knuckles and Free apparently. The top two batters in terms of batting average in this Newberry starting nine, both of them have struggled to get base hits through the first game and 3 innings against Carson-Newman, as it now brings up the DH, Jonathan Velez. First pitch is taken high for ball 1. We'll take a look at around the South Atlantic Conference today. 4 different games are playing doubleheaders, so 8 total, including ours here. Breaking ball from Angel, missing high for ball 2. Limestone leads Catawba 1-0 in the top of the 5th over in Gaffney, and what an upset that would be. After Limestone run-ruled Catawba yesterday, 2-0 is taken downstairs. It's now a 3-0 count. A 10-0 win in 8 innings for Limestone over Catawba yesterday, and now Limestone leads by a run in the 5th. 3-0, called a strike inside. Back to a hitter's count to Jonathan Velez, 3-1. Lenore Ryan also leading Wingate 3-1 in the bottom of the 4th, and Hickory, a sharply hit ground ball over to short. Jenkins picks it up and fires over to Floyd. In time for the out, 3 up, 3 down. Go the Wolves here in the 3rd. Through 3 innings complete, it's still 6-1. Carson-Newman as we head to the 4th next on the Eagles Sports Network.
At InterDigital, we strive to be a leading provider of cutting-edge digital and marketing solutions. At InterDigital, we want to help our clients find success. Our team of technology gurus work together to ensure InterDigital continues to progress forward as technology advances. At InterDigital, we make technology work for you. Visit interdigital.com for IT support, web development, virtual tours, graphic design, internet marketing, mobile app, and film production services.
InterDigital, laser focused on your success.
We love to cheer for our home teams, like the Eagles. It means more when we're rooting for the people we know. Did you know Tri-Lite is your home team internet provider? We're right here in Jefferson City, serving the people we know with our ultra-fast, ultra-reliable fiber broadband network. And we'd love to serve you. Learn more at trilite.net or by calling 833-847-0824. Go Eagles!
Spencer Williams leads the inning off for Carson-Newman. First pitch is taken low for the opening ball of the at-bat. It's the heart of the batting order. Spencer Williams, Logan Floyd, and Tanner Kilgore due up for Carson-Newman. Ground ball heading over to short, picked up by Mims. The throw onto first is high, but the foot was backed down by Osbin in time for the out on a 6-3 ground out to open up the Eagles' 4th inning. One defensive change to tell you about. Jack Coletti's day is done as he's relieved in right field by Anthony Plotkin. The junior outfielder out of Lexington, South Carolina. The first pitch to Logan Floyd is a called strike at the knees. Mars Hill and Anderson also underway in the first game of their doubleheader. The Trojans lead the Lions 2-0 in the top of the 4th. As a ball will miss outside. 1 ball and 1 strike. Ground ball as that will go foul. 1-2 delivery. Floyd slaps this one into right field. That'll drop in for a base hit. It's a one-out single for the sophomore from Georgia, Logan Floyd. So Floyd is able to get a base hit with one away as it brings up Tanner Kilgore, who's batting 1 for 2 today with a single and a fly out to right. Kilgore waits on the first offering from Gilson. It's a called strike inside. Braden Gilson back out for his second full inning of work. He could surpass starter Hunter French's innings pitched with just one more out. A ground ball back up the middle. Gilson gloves it, throws onto second for one, onto first. How often do you see a 1-6-3 Gilson with the heads-up play to throw it onto first? It is the sixth double play turned by Newberry this season, and it gets him out of the inning in the top of the fourth. Still 6-1, Carson-Newman in front on the Eagles Sports Network.
How do you know you're in a community, not just a town? Well, strangers smile as they walk by. They refill your coffee without you asking. And when you ask directions, people offer to walk you there. Communities give more. The way you know when you walk into First Bank that you are in a real community bank. Great products, direct access to your local bankers, and relationships that can last a lifetime. Don't just have an account. Have a community with First Bank. Member FDIC.
Insurance, it's about people, not things. It's about security. It's about confidence. It's about relationships. It's about trust. It's about you. As a local independent agent, Bible Insurance Agency can design an insurance program that's just right for you and your family. Give the people you love safe, sound, secure protection from Auto Owners Insurance. Call Bible Insurance Agency 423-586-4320 or go by 1600 East Andrew Johnson Highway in Morristown.
Back here from the Smith Road Complex in Newberry, South Carolina. Live from the Palmetto State for the first time this season, Carson-Newman will make a return trip to South Carolina twice this season. Make that 3 times this season with road games against Coker, Anderson, and Limestone coming up. Actually, besides Catawba, those are the only road SAC series for Carson-Newman. So it's 1 trip to North Carolina for road SAC series, and then 3 trips to South Carolina, 4 really, including this one, for Newberry, Limestone, Coker, and Anderson. So in the bottom of the fourth, leading things off for Newberry, Wilson Wages, Cade Faircloth, and Keeler Osbin due up this inning. That combined part of the batting order, 1 for 3 today, with the lone base hit coming from Osbin's double. First pitch swinging goes Wages into right field. Williams gives chase towards foul territory. It drops, and that's ruled as a fair ball. Williams will throw it in. Chugging and heading for third is Wages. He will get in with a leadoff triple. It looked like Williams touched the ball right on the foul line. He's trying to say that it was foul, is Williams, but I don't know if there will be an argument from the Carson-Newman coaching staff, and there won't be. So it is a leadoff triple for Wilson Wages, and it brings up Cade Faircloth, who was the toughest out to get for Carson-Newman yesterday. First pitch is a called strike to Faircloth. He popped up and was caught out by Trey Miller in center field his last time up in the second. The 1-0 delivery, sharply hit. That's down the left field line and will easily score Wages from third. Chugging up to second base is Faircloth. The tag made, but it's not in time, and Faircloth will have an RBI double. So Faircloth doubles to drive in Wages from third, and the question now starts to become, how long is the leash of Branson Angel as Newberry continues to cut into the deficit that at one point was 6 runs. It brings up Osborne, who doubled in his lone at-bat of the day. First pitch is a ball taken downstairs for ball 1. So a 1-0 count to the first baseman, Osborne. If he repeats his performance from his last at-bat, it would drive in the 3rd run of the game for Newberry. The 1-0, that one's hit high in the sky towards left field. Bolton into foul territory. He keeps charging with the wind in effect and will reach up to make the catch in foul territory. Bolton started in fair territory, and with the wind blowing in from right field all day, it just kept moving and moving and moving closer to the out-of-play territory, closer to Newberry's softball field. And Bolton was able to get there on the run and make the catch. So it now brings up Plotkin, who relieved Jack Coletti as a defensive substitution in the top half of this inning. Plotkin will take the first pitch outside for ball 1. Plotkin, one of the best batters for Newberry this season, making his 11th appearance of the year. He's batting .370. Of his 10 hits, 2 of them have gone for extra bases. The 1-0 called a strike at the knees for Plotkin. Anthony Plotkin, the native of Lexington, South Carolina, making his first appearance of the day. Coletti's day is done after only 1 at-bat in which he struck out swinging against Branson Angel. And there is action in the Carson-Newman bullpen down the left field line. It appears to be Jackson Underwood, who we saw yesterday and mentioned an abbreviated appearance for Underwood yesterday, could lead to him pitching today. Hard hit, foul ball down the right field line, well out of play. 1 run has crossed the plate here in the bottom of the 4th. Wilson wages a leadoff triple on a borderline fair foul call down the right field line. And then Cade Faircloth doubled down the left field line to score wages. The 1-2. It's hit sharply, but foul. Oh, what a snag. The third base coach for Newberry barehands it and tosses it back to the dugout. That did not get as much of a reaction from the crowd as it deserved. So Faircloth leads off of second, thought about going, and a foul ball over towards the right side. Floyd gives chase, but will watch it sail out of play. Three other sports across Carson-Newman in action today. Beach volleyball, tennis, and track and field finishing up its time in Blacksburg, Virginia at the Virginia Tech Challenge. The 1-2, swing and a miss, the throw down to third base. The tag not in time, and Gibson almost gives the umpire a look of disbelief and tosses the ball back to Angel. So a stolen base for Cade Faircloth. Meanwhile, Plotkin swung over the top of it and struck out. It is the third strikeout for Branson Angel, the second time he has gotten the 7 spot to strike out. One against Coletti and one against Plotkin, as it now brings up Campbell McCurry, whose first pitch swinging on a foul ball out of play. So that stolen base would have certainly helped if that was a ball against Plotkin and sets up a chance for a sacrifice fly, but there's now 2 outs in the inning, so McCurry needs to get a base hit, which he grounds one towards second. Nathan skips off his glove, and the error will allow a run to score. It was a certain inning ender, but Nathan had it pop off his glove, and McCurry will reach. So Faircloth gets in to score. It's a 2 spot here in the top of the 4th for Newberry. It is ruled as the second error on Carson-Newman today. A ground ball by Chandler Mims gets into left field. That's a base hit. So runners now get to first and second. Mims at first, McCurry at second, and back to the top of the order for Bryson Knuckles. And time called now. Jason White wants to come out to have a conversation with Branson Angel prior to the Knuckles at bat, and you wonder with a pitcher warming up in the pen if this is it for Angel, as Angel is about to work his way through the 3rd time through the Wolves batting order. And there will, in fact, be a pitching change here for Carson-Newman. Jackson Underwood comes into the ballgame. We'll have more on him when we come back on the Eagles Sports Network.
Domino's Pizza in Jefferson City and Morristown wants to help feed your business. When you're hungry at lunch, show your business card at Domino's in Jefferson City and Morristown when you make your purchase for pickup or delivery to get 25% off the entire order. That's 25% off your order at Domino's in Jeff City and Morristown when you show your business card. Call 865-471-6700 to get a pizza. Domino's, the official pizza of the Carson-Newman Eagles.
My favorite thing about my community? The safety, the reliability, the people. We rely on each other, and we rely on local electric co-op. It's not just about electricity. It's about empowering community, empowering moments, empowering safety, empowering togetherness, empowering knowledge. That's why when I need something, I rely on my co-op. I trust my co-op because the co-op is us. We are the co-op. AEC, member-owned and service-driven.
Newberry has cut into the lead and now trails 6-3 with the top of the order coming up as Carson-Newman goes to the bullpen for the first time today. Brings in Jackson Underwood, who pitched yesterday and had a solid performance through the final 2/3 of an inning. Got a ground out by Keeler Osborne and Jack Coletti. But only facing 2 batters, he still has the stamina to come in back-to-back games. A look back towards second, now fires the delivery. Ground ball, Nathan gets a chance for redemption. He bobbles it but steps on second to avoid the error. And Knuckles will ground into a inning-ending fielder's choice. 2 runs will score for Newberry, only one of them earned against Branson Angel off of 3 hits and a single error. 2 runners left on base for Newberry. Cut into the lead, it's now 6-3. Carson-Newman on top as we head into the 5th inning on the Eagles Sports Network.
Domino's Pizza in Jefferson City and Morristown wants to help feed your business. When you're hungry at lunch, show your business card at Domino's in Jefferson City and Morristown when you make your purchase for pickup or delivery to get 25% off the entire order. That's 25% off your order at Domino's in Jeff City and Morristown when you show your business card. Call 865-471-6700 to get a pizza. Domino's, the official pizza of the Carson-Newman Eagles.
Insurance, it's about people, not things. It's about security. It's about confidence. It's about relationships. It's about trust. It's about you. As a local independent agent, Bible Insurance Agency can design an insurance program that's just right for you and your family. Give the people you love safe, sound, secure protection from Auto Owners Insurance. Call Bible Insurance Agency, 423-586-4320, or go by 1600 East Andrew Johnson Highway in Morristown.
We welcome you back here for the top of the 5th. Nicholas Castellana will lead things off. And he'll take the first pitch downstairs for ball number 1. So Castellana, a 1-0 count to the catcher, who's 1 for 1 today. He walked and singled. Second offering, that one's down the heart of the plate for strike 1. Top of the 5th inning, Carson-Newman, 6 runs. All of them came in the top of the 2nd. Castellana will now take a ball downstairs. 2 balls and a strike to lead off the 5th. Both of Castellana's at-bats came in the 2nd inning. Ball taken downstairs, and it's now a 3-1 hitters count to the catcher, Castellana, who's now batting over 400, entered today's game batting exactly 400, and now with his base hit, that will increase. Fouls off the 3-1, and it puts the count full, 3 balls and 2 strikes. A swing and a foul back by Castellana keeps the at-bat alive with Aiden Gibson standing on deck. Cole Nathan is also due up this inning. Nathan is 2 for 2. Swing and a foul ball, hooking back towards the concession stand, out of play, and we'll do it again. 7 pitches of this at-bat have gone, with the 8th coming up in a battle to open up the 5th inning between Braden Gilson, the relief pitcher, and Nick Castellana, the Eagles catcher. He thought he took ball 4, and he got rung up. Castellana was halfway down the line before he turned back and asked where that pitch was. So Castellana rung up. It is the 2nd strikeout against Carson-Newman today. Both of them have been backwards Ks. And it brings up Aiden Gibson, 0 for 1 with a ground out to the pitcher. The other of which, another ground out to the pitcher, but on a sacrifice bunt. The delivery taken low to Aiden Gibson for ball 1. A swing and a chopper heading over to short. Picked up by Mims. The throw onto Osmond. He has to stretch out, but it's there in time for the out. 6-3 ground out will put Gibson down as it brings up Cole Nathan, looking to protect a current perfect line, 2 for 2.
Number 6, Cole Nathan.
Nathan, the second baseman, now batting over 300. Eagles would certainly like to extend their lead from 3 after Newberry has been chipping away slowly. First pitch is a called strike downstairs. The 0-2, or now 0-2 after a foul ball and an 0-1 count, puts Nathan behind. Gilson looking for a 3-up, 3-down inning. He faced the minimum last inning after Logan Floyd singled and was later out on a double play. Ball taken high, and it's now 1-2. Reminder, we're playing 2 games today, 9 innings in game 1, which we're currently in now in the top of the 5th. A 7-inning contest in game 2. Breaking ball will miss outside of the zone. Count goes even, 2 balls and 2 strikes to Cole Nathan, looking to extend the inning and get Ryan Bolton to the plate. A swing and a miss, and Nathan will strike out swinging. It's a 2-strikeout inning for Braden Gilson. He's up to 3 on the ballgame. No runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left on base for Carson-Newman in the top of the 5th. We go to the home half when we come back on the Eagles Sports Network.
Dorm food got you down? Need a home-cooked meal? Then Lisa's Country Kitchen is for you. Lisa's Country Kitchen has been feeding Carson-Newman students for 15 years. Lisa's has a family-friendly atmosphere all day long, from the morning with their $2.99 breakfast specials to dinner with Lisa's fresh, never-frozen steaks. Carson-Newman students get a 10% discount with their student ID.
Lisa's Country Kitchen on Route 92 off Old Andrew Johnson Highway. The best food for the best prices.
Looking to make your home more comfortable and affordable? Maybe with a new electric heat pump or new attic insulation? And don't forget new doors and windows. AEC is here to help. We have a quality contractor network, easy financing, and incentives for home upgrades. Plus, AEC carefully inspects every job to ensure the highest quality satisfaction. Visit our website at aeccoop.org for applications, contractor lists, and more details. AEC, power what matters most.
Well, the sounds of Freebird mean it's the bottom of the fifth for Newberry, and Jesse Free coming up to the dish. 0 for 1 today with a fly out to right, also walked all the way back in the first inning. Free, the native to Moncks Corner, South Carolina senior, steps in for his third plate appearance of the day. Newberry has been chipping away in this game ever since Carson-Newman took a 6-run lead in the top of the second as Underwood throws wildly outside for ball 1. Eagles plated 6, top 2. Newberry responded with one of their own in the bottom half of the second inning to make it 6-1. Here's the 1-0 inside. Check swing, appeal down, and says yes he did. First base umpire saw a swing, and that evens the count. Nothing doing in the third. Then in the fourth inning, Newberry struck twice for 2 runs to make it 6-3, which is where our score currently stands. The 1-1 missing downstairs, and it's a 2-1 count. Underwood against Free. The 2-1 delivery is swung on and lifted in the infield. Second baseman Nathan camps underneath it and will glove it just barely on the outfield grass. Underwood pitched to just one batter in the bottom of the fourth, I should say, when Bryson Knuckles reached on an inning-ending fielder's choice that got Chandler Mims out between the base paths on the force out. Brings up the DH, Jonathan Velez. 0 for 2 today, flew out to left field and grounded out to short, so has been hitting on the exact same line on the pull side. He'll take the first pitch inside for a called strike. And Underwood is pitching on that inside part. Wonder if that is strategic to try to get him back to that pull side. But the second pitch is well outside. It evens the count at 1-1. The delivery from Underwood is fouled off, and this one will trickle into the Newberry dugout. Newberry dressed in scarlet red tops, white batting helmets, and white pants on the first base side. Carson-Newman in white pants with navy blue caps and jerseys. The 1-2 outside, but called strike 3. Velez can't believe it, and it seems like both teams have had issue with an expanded strike zone on the horizontal axis. It is the first strikeout for Underwood, 4th as a pitching staff for Carson-Newman, dating back to Branson Angel. Wilson Wages steps into the batter's box, 1 for 2 today. He led off the last inning with a triple. First pitch, ground ball. How did Underwood snag it and throws it onto first? Like pulling a rabbit out of his hat, Underwood somehow finds the ball in his glove, throws it onto first, and the Wolves go 3 up, 3 down in the bottom of the 5th. Still 6-3 as we head into the 6th inning next on the Eagles Sports Network.
We love to cheer for our home teams, like the Eagles. It means more when we're rooting for the people we know. Did you know Tri-Lite is your home team internet provider? We're right here in Jefferson City, serving the people we know with our ultra-fast, ultra-reliable fiber broadband network. And we'd love to serve you. Learn more at trilite.net or by calling 833-847-0824. Go Eagles!
How do you know you're in a community, not just a town? Well, strangers smile as they walk by. They refill your coffee without you asking. And when you ask directions, people offer to walk you there. Communities give more. The way you know when you walk into First Bank that you are in a real community bank. Great products, direct access to your local bankers, and relationships that can last a lifetime. Don't just have an account. Have a community with First Bank. Member FDIC.
Back here on the Eagle Sports Network and Flow Sports as we're being simulcasted all day for both games of today's doubleheader. Here in the top of the sixth, Ryan Bolton, Trey Miller, and Ryan Jenkins due up for the Eagles. First pitch to Bolton is taken down low from Braden Gilson, who has had an extended relief appearance as a called strike. Will put the count at 1 ball and 1 strike. So an even count on the delivery outside. Now 2-1 to Ryan Bolton, the left fielder. He's without an official at-bat on his line with 2 sacrifice bunts on the day. The delivery taken inside for ball 3, and it's now 3 balls and a strike. So the 3-1 delivery, Bolton ground ball that gets down the right field line for a base hit. Bolton will be charging for second, trying for extra bases. He slides in with the baseball nowhere in sight, and Bolton has a leadoff double. It is the first extra base hit for Carson-Newman in this series after all singles in 6 hits yesterday and all singles through the first 6 hits of today's game. If you're just tuning in, 6 runs on 7 hits, 2 errors for Carson-Newman, 3 runs for Newberry on 5 hits, and 1 error committed by the Wolves.
Now batting number 7, Trey Miller.
Trey Miller set the bat with a runner in scoring position. He walked and grounded out to short after a stellar day yesterday in Game 1 of this series. Shows bunt, pulls back, but it's called a strike. So Miller now battling with an 0-1 count. Nobody gone here in the top of the 6th inning. A look back by Gilson. Shows bunt again. It's popped up into foul territory and caught. Not what Miller drew up, but it is popped out to third in foul territory on a bunt attempt. So 1 gone. Miller was trying to advance Bolton to third. Instead, it goes the opposite direction. He was trying to bunt to the third base side to pull free off the bag and allow Bolton to advance, but instead popped it up. Ryan Jenkins steps back up. He's 0 for 2 with a walk. Later came around to score when he walked in the 2nd inning. First pitch swinging, Jenkins fouls it off. Bolton stands at second. All of Carson-Newman's damage has been done against starter Hunter French. Braden Gilson has come in and effectively shut down the Eagles. The 0-1 delivery taken inside by Jenkins, and it's a ball. Counts even. The Wolves had a 2-1 series win last weekend, I should say, against Tusculum as the first pitch is a called strike. Third pitch, now a 1-2. And after a series opening win against Carson-Newman, they're hoping for a series win, if not a series sweep. It would require them coming back in today's game. A high pop-up in the shallow right field. It's the second baseman, Knuckles, who will reach up to get it. So for the Eagles, not quite going according to plan after a leadoff double down the right field line by Ryan Bolton. Brings up Spencer Williams, who's 1 for 3. Williams batting .250 heading into today's game. He went 0 for 4 yesterday, is now 1 for 3 today, so 1 for 7 on the series. Make it 2 for 8 as he singles through the left side. Bolton will get the green light. The throw from Wages is cut off by the pitcher Advancing to second is Spencer Williams. So Carson-Newman able to get its first run off the relief pitcher, Braden Gilson. The extra point is good, and it's now 7-3 Carson-Newman.
Now batting number 11, Logan Floyd.
So it brings up Logan Floyd with a run across the plate. And now time is called before the Logan Floyd at-bat starts. That'll be ruled a single, advancing on the throw home. And it looked like a softball from the softball facility has landed into left field, causing the temporary delay. And not great news for Newberry fans over from the softball field. It is a 12-0 Lander lead in the top of the fifth. First pitch is a called strike to Logan Floyd. Spencer Williams takes a lead off of second base after he drove in Ryan Bolton for an RBI. It was Williams' second hit of the ball game. A ground ball chopping over towards short. It throws on to Free with no force out. Stopping in between the bases was Spencer Williams. He tried to do a spin move, but instead was tagged out. So Floyd will reach on an inning-ending fielder's choice as that brings a close to the top of the sixth. Carson-Newman adds another run, now leading 7-3 as we head to the home half of the sixth next on the Eagles Sports Network.
At InterDigital, we strive to be a leading provider of cutting-edge digital and marketing solutions. At InterDigital, we want to help our clients find success. Our team of technology gurus work together to ensure InterDigital continues to progress forward as technology advances. At InterDigital, we make technology work for you. Visit interdigital.com for IT support, web development, virtual tours, graphic design, internet marketing, mobile app, and film production services.
InterDigital, laser focused on your success.
Serving East Tennessee for 40 years, Magaha Electric is the perfect choice for all your electrical projects. Magaha Electric specializes in commercial, retail, manufacturing, residential, and industrial contracting needs. Magaha Electric can provide superior service, technical know-how, and realistic budgeting for any size project in a timely, cost-effective manner. Visit MagahaElectric.com for all your electrical contracting needs. Magaha Electric, your East Tennessee electrical contracting source.
Welcome you back here to the Smith Road Complex in Newberry, South Carolina. Jackson Underwood set to take on Cade Faircloth, Keeler Osbin, and Anthony Plotkin. Both Faircloth and Osbin have collected doubles in today's game. However, both of those were against starting pitcher Branson Angel. So Faircloth steps up to the plate, 1 for 2. He popped out to center field, as well as doubling back in the fourth 2 innings ago. First pitch is a called strike. Jackson Underwood back out onto the hill for his second full inning of relief work. Pitched to one batter in the fourth and went 3 up, 3 down in the fifth, so has retired 4 consecutive. A ground ball hooked foul down the left field line. Newberry, known as the Wolves since 2010, after 2 years of not having a nickname. The 0-1. That misses low, 1 ball and 1 strike. 7-3, Carson-Newman leads in the bottom of the sixth inning. We'll play a second game of today's doubleheader approximately 30 minutes after Game 1 ends. Ground ball hit sharply towards the left side. It gets through for a base hit. Faircloth has just been tearing the cover off the ball this series. He's now 2 for 3 today after a 3 for 4 performance in Game 1 of this series. Faircloth entered with a .295 batting average. That will balloon as we head into Game 2. Leadoff runner aboard for Newberry. It's the first runner to reach on Jackson Underwood as it brings up Keeler Osbin. The first pitch from Underwood will miss low and away for ball one. Plotkin stands on deck. He's 0 for 1 today. The 7-hole, including Jack Coletti, who was relieved for defensively, have struck out. Ball will miss downstairs. 2 balls and no strikes. Newberry was known as the Wolves since 2010 when the NCAA put pressure due to offense to indigenous peoples. As a ground ball gets through the right side of the infield, Osmond will single. It gets through the legs of Williams. Coming in to score is Cade Faircloth, and heading to third is Osmond. Osmond gets the green light as the throw finally comes in from Williams, and he will come across to score. Osmond singles and makes it all the way around on a 3-base error by Spencer Williams in right field. It is a 2-run single, followed by a few errors in the field. That makes it now 7-5. The Wolves are back within 2. A 2-run ball game as Plotkin steps back up to the dish. He shows bunt, pops it up. Underwood will make the easy glove for the first out of the inning. Brings up Campbell McCurry. He's 1 for 2 today, singled and reached on an error.
Now batting, number 5, Campbell McCurry.
First pitch, a called strike to Campbell McCurry down low. This only silver lining of that is there's now nobody on the base paths for Carson-Newman. A called strike on the outside part of the plate. 1 ball and 1 strike. Ball skips away on what would have been a wild pitch, but nobody on the base paths, and it's now a 2-1 count to Campbell McCurry. With a 1 for 2 performance today, he keeps his .500 batting average that he entered the ball game with. Underwood's delivery is taken outside for a ball. As of right now, both runs unearned on Underwood. 3-1. Taken downstairs. And that makes it now 3-2. So everyone in the park fooled by the scoreboard. And now the payoff delivery to McCurry. It's a chopping ground ball to second. Nathan will glove, throw on to first, and it's in time for the second out of the inning. McCurry now 1 for 3 as it brings up Chandler Mims, the shortstop for Newberry. He's 1 for 2 with a ground out to third in the second inning and a single in the fourth. 2 runs have crossed the plate this inning for Newberry off a big 3-base error by Spencer Williams. A high pop-up heading behind home plate and will land into the concourse. The 0-1. That will miss upstairs. 1 ball, 1 strike to Chandler Mims. He's looking to extend the inning for the Berry. 1-1. Fouled back into the screen, and that's strike 2. Was mentioning that Newberry wasn't the only team that was forced by the NCAA to change their nickname in 08. Arkansas State was also forced to make the change as well. Oddly enough, they also landed on the Wolves. A ball will miss outside. It's 2 balls and 2 strikes. Well, Arkansas State is the Red Wolves. And Newberry slashed off the red and decided to just become the Wolves. A 2-2 delivery, chopping ground ball to short. Jenkins will pick it up. The throw on to first should be an easy one, and it is. Much closer play than I think Carson-Newman's defense would have liked it to be. But that ends the inning. 2 runs will score, both of them unearned on Jackson Underwood off of 2 hits, 1 big fielding error in right field, and no runners left on base for Newberry. Through 6 complete, it's now 7-5. Carson-Newman still in front on the Eagles Sports Network.
My favorite thing about my community? The safety, the reliability, the people. We rely on each other, and we rely on local electric co-op. It's not just about electricity. It's about empowering community, empowering moments, empowering safety, empowering togetherness, empowering knowledge. That's why when I need something, I rely on my co-op. I trust my co-op because the co-op is us. We are the co-op. AEC, member-owned and service-driven.
This is Carson-Newman men's basketball alum Taylor Hawkins. I want to help your family secure its financial future. I'm with Modern Woodman Financial Planning, where we touch lives and secure futures. Let Modern Woodman protect your family's financial security through life insurance, retirement planning, and financial services. You can contact me, Taylor Hawkins, at cneagles.com/Modern Woodman. That's cneagles.com/Modern Woodman. Help secure your family's financial future through Modern Woodman Financial Planning.
Tanner Kilgore steps up to the dish for Carson-Newman to lead off the 7th inning. The first pitch he'll see is taken low for ball 1. Braden Gilson still out on the hill. He's now entering his 5th inning of relief after relieving Hunter French all the way back in the 2nd inning. Second pitch of the at-bat, chopping ground ball to the third baseman free. His throw is a laser over to first in order to get Kilgore on the out. A 5-3 ground out for Tanner Kilgore will bring up the 1-for-2 hitting Nicholas Castellana. A walk, single, and backwards K on his line today. His last at-bat came in the 5th inning for the native of Rocky Point, New York. Castellana, a transfer out of Niagara Community College a couple seasons ago. Called strike will make it an 0-1. Also played for Niagara University for the Purple Eagles in Lewiston, New York. Much closer to home. Ground ball heading over to second, picked up by Knuckles. The throw on to first is in time, and that's a 4-3 ground out. 2 up, 2 down here in the top of the 7th for Carson-Newman. And out away from the time to stretch. And just as a reminder, if this was game 2 of the doubleheader, this would be the final inning of play.
Number 21, Aiden Gibson.
Brings up Aiden Gibson. He's 0 for 2. Sack, bunt, ground out, and did so twice. First pitch to Gibson, missing low for ball 1. Gibson, the native of Cleveland, Tennessee. Pitch is a called strike, 1 ball and 1 strike. Played summer ball this offseason for the Full Count Rhythm of the Prospect League in Hendersonville, Tennessee, where he batted .206 with 3 doubles and 2 home runs. He lifts one to left field, hooking foul, and will land in foul territory. We'll do it again on a 1-2 count to Gibson. Gibson struggled on the road last season. You take a look at his home road splits, 338 at home, 195 on the road for Gibson in 2024. The 1-2, chopping ground ball to second, picked up by Knuckles. The throw on to first is there. So 3 groundouts and 3 batters, 1 to third and 2 to second. It's time to stretch at the Smith Road Complex after Carson-Newman goes 3 up, 3 down. 7-5, Eagles lead at the 7th inning stretch.
Select our insurance companies the same way you do, very carefully. When you work with us, you can count on receiving fast, courteous, and professional service and quality protection through Auto Owners Insurance. For a no-problem approach for your life, home, car, and business insurance needs, ask us about the No Problem Company, Auto Owners Insurance. Call Bible Insurance Agency at 423-586-4320 or go by 1600 East Andrew Johnson Highway in Morristown, serving the Lakeway area's insurance needs since 1931.
We love to cheer for our home teams, like the Eagles. It means more when we're rooting for the people we know. Did you know Tri-Light is your home team internet provider? We're right here in Jefferson City, serving the people we know with our ultra-fast, ultra-reliable fiber broadband network. And we'd love to serve you. Learn more at trilight.net or by calling 833-847-0824. Go Eagles!
Back here from the Smith Road Complex, 7th inning stretch. Heading into the bottom of the 7th with the host Newberry trailing by 2 runs. Top of the batting order, however, due up against Jackson Underwood. Underwood back in for his 3rd full inning of work. Knuckles due for a base hit. The first pitch is inside for a called strike. Mentioned heading into this series, Knuckles had a batting average of .588, but is limited to an 0 for 7 line this series. Ground ball, that's fair, and that breaks the spell. Knuckles turns on the afterburners, heading for second. Bolton comes in and throws to second, but the damage is done. Bryson Knuckles finally breaks through with that elusive base hit against the Eagles. So a runner at second for Newberry in the bottom of the 7th. The Wolves trying to chip away. At one point, the deficit for Newberry was 6 runs. Tom Griffin is having a conversation with the third base umpire. I believe he's talking about fair or foul. Of course, there's no replay review. And we'll get back underway. Jesse Free will step up to the dish. He's 0 for 2 today with a walk. At one point, the deficit was 6 runs for Newberry. It currently stands at 2, and now the tying run is at the dish in the bottom of the 7th. A look back towards second from Underwood. Now fires to Free, who shows bunt, pops it up on the third base side. It will roll foul. And that's strike 1. So Jesse Free carrying an 0-1 count after he tried to bunt, but it goes foul. Kind of let the cat out of the bag that the plan was to bunt. Mentioned Newberry top 10 in Division II in sacrifice bunts, so nothing out of the ordinary. Shows bunt again. It's laid down foul on the third base side. So Free can bunt again, but carry a lot more risk on it. Instead, we will likely see the Wolves' third baseman swing away as to avoid a foul ball on a third bunt attempt or a 2-strike bunt attempt, which would go down as a strikeout. No balls, 2 strikes. A look back towards second base. Underwood fires on a looper heading over towards short. It's fielded and caught on the fly by Jenkins, the shortstop. And Free will fly out, and it leaves Knuckles at second base, which is likely the more important aspect, as it stops him from moving up to third with only 1 out in the inning, which could cause a sacrifice fly. Instead, with a runner at second and 1 away, it will bring up Jonathan Velez. Velez is 0 for 3 today. Fly out, ground out, strikeout, just about every way you can get out. Velez has done so. First pitch is in there for a called strike. On the inside part of the plate to the DH, Velez. The Eagles looking to win this game to set up a rubber match in Game 2. No balls and a strike to the DH. Underwood sets and fires on a ground ball that gets through the right side of the infield. Getting the green light is Knuckles. The throw from Williams on the way. Castellana can't field it cleanly. Heading up to second is Velez. And the Wolves have struck back and are now within a run. So Velez singles. It allows Knuckles to score. And now it's Wilson Wages coming to the plate. Newberry has chipped away from down 6 runs in the middle of the second to now only trailing by a run with the tying run in scoring position and the go-ahead run at the plate. Tom Griffin will pop out of the dugout to have a conversation. With his pitcher, Jackson Underwood, there is action, or was action, in the Eagles bullpen. That has since come to a halt while Tom Griffin is having a talk with his pitcher. Underwood remains in the ballgame. Wilson Wages, the batter, only 1 out in the inning here in the bottom of the 7th. It is now a 1-run game as Newberry has kept chipping away and chipping away. Tying run on base, go-ahead run at the plate for Newberry. So the first pitch to Wilson Wages from Underwood comes inside, and that hit him. Oh, no, hold on a second. All the umpires are now gathering together, and now they let him stay there. Wages turned around like he would have to come back and hit. It was very close. The ball didn't change its trajectory after it passed the body of Wages, and it now brings up the hardest out to get in Cade Faircloth. He's singled, doubled, and popped out. He bats with 1 out and the go-ahead run on base. Underwood looks back towards second base. Checks it twice, now fires the first pitch to Faircloth in there for a called strike. 7 runs on 8 hits, 4 errors committed by Carson-Newman, 6 runs on 9 hits, and 1 error for Newberry. The 0-1 delivery is called a strike upstairs. Now an 0-2 count, could be a big strikeout here. No balls, 2 strikes, 1 away. Underwood's pitch to Faircloth. Outside, that's ball 1. The wind starting to pick up and blow in from right field a little harder than it did at first pitch about 2 hours ago. Now a 1-2 delivery, chopping ground ball to short, picked up by Jenkins onto Nathan for 1, back to Floyd. It's a 6-4-3 inning-ending double play. It gets Carson-Newman out of the jam and will certainly help the Eagles just a tad. Through 7 innings complete, it is now 7-6. Carson-Newman holding on to the narrowest of margins against Newberry. Eagles have a chance for some insurance runs when we come back on the Eagles Sports Network.
Dorm food got you down? Need a home-cooked meal? Then Lisa's Country Kitchen is for you. Lisa's Country Kitchen has been feeding Carson-Newman students for 15 years. Lisa's has a family-friendly atmosphere all day long. From the morning with their $2.99 breakfast specials to dinner with Lisa's fresh, never-frozen steaks. Carson-Newman students get a 10% discount with their student ID.
Lisa's Country Kitchen on Route 92 off Old Andrew Johnson Highway. The best food for the best prices.
How do you know you're in a community, not just a town? Well, strangers smile as they walk by. They refill your coffee without you asking. And when you ask directions, people offer to walk you there. Communities give more. The way you know when you walk into First Bank that you are in a real community bank. Great products, direct access to your local bankers, and relationships that can last a lifetime. Don't just have an account. Have a community with First Bank. Member FDIC.
Cole Nathan steps into the batter's box for Carson-Newman. He's first pitch swinging on a bouncing ground ball to the third baseman free. He throws it on to first in time for the out. One pitch, one out as we begin the top of the eighth very quickly. Bottom of the order due up for Carson-Newman with Ryan Bolton now coming to the dish and Trey Miller standing on deck. Braden Gilson came into this ball game in the second inning to get Aiden Gibson to ground out to end what was a crooked number for the Eagles in the second. Gilson has remained in the ball game and has thrown through 5 complete innings. First pitch to Bolton is a called strike and is now working on his 6th complete inning of relief. The 0-1 is in there for a called strike, and it's now 0-2. Bolton behind in the count. He's 1 for 1 today. 2 sacrifice bunts and a double. Double down the right field line. A swing and a miss for Bolton. He'll strike out. And that is the third, make that the 4th strikeout for Braden Gilson in his relief appearance. It's 2 up, 2 down. Has retired now 5 in a row, make that 6 in a row. Have been putting up zeros for Carson-Newman since he came into this ball game in the second. The lone exception, the 6th inning in which the Eagles plated a run. First pitch to Trey Miller, a called strike inside. Temperatures continue to decrease from where we started at 51 degrees earlier today. A swing and a miss for strike 2. Game time today at 1:05, so we're coming up on 2 hours. Miller takes the 0-2 downstairs and low. It was into the dirt for ball 1. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs here in the top of the 8th inning. Carson-Newman holding on to a lead at 7-6. Miller calls time, steps out of the batter's box, will take a practice hack and step back in. And he'll foul it off the plate on the 1-2 delivery from Gilson. Gilson's done an excellent job in relief, have really limited Newberry's tendency to go to the bullpen, which historically this season has been the Wolves' weakness. The 1-2 downstairs. The Newberry dugout was looking for a called third strike. Instead, the count will go even. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Top of the 8th inning, 7-6. Eagles lead Newberry, but the Wolves have been chipping away. Miller takes another ball upstairs, and now the count's full. Groans from the home supporters who have been looking for a called third strike of Miller since the 0-2. The delivery fouled off by Trey Miller. Will do it again. So payoff pitch on the 3-2. It's a ground ball over to Mims, the shortstop. He picks it up, throws on to first. Osman has to come out, and he does have it to collect for the third out. So 3 up, 3 down for the Eagles for the second consecutive inning. All the momentum is with Newberry as we head to the bottom of the 8th with the Wolves holding a 7-6 lead, or the Eagles holding a 7-6 lead over Newberry. The Wolves look to rally when we come back on the Eagles Sports Network.
There's new fresh ideas on campus. From Chick-fil-A to Maples Coffee to Saboreo's, Fresh Ideas has tons of high-quality dining options for whatever taste you may need. Saboreo's is open Monday through Friday for lunch and dinner and the Health Sciences Building. Saboreo's features all your Mexican favorites, from burritos to nachos to quesadillas to tacos to anything you can think of in a tortilla. Follow Fresh Ideas on Instagram at CarsonNewman.com. Dining.
This is Carson-Newman men's basketball alum Taylor Hawkins. I want to help your family secure its financial future. I'm with Modern Woodman Financial Planning, where we touch lives and secure futures. Let Modern Woodman protect your family's financial security through life insurance, retirement planning, and financial services. You can contact me, Taylor Hawkins, at cneagles.com/Modern Woodman. That's cneagles.com/Modern Woodman. Help secure your family's financial future through Modern Woodman Financial Planning.
Dorm food got you down? Need a home-cooked meal? Then Lisa's Country Kitchen is for you. Lisa's Country Kitchen has been feeding Carson-Newman students for 15 years. Lisa's has a family-friendly atmosphere all day long, from the morning with her $2.99 breakfast specials to dinner with Lisa's fresh, never-frozen steaks. Carson-Newman students get a 10% discount with their student ID.
Lisa's Country Kitchen on Route 92 off Old Andrew Johnson Highway. The best food for the best prices.
Serving East Tennessee for 40 years, Magaha Electric is the perfect choice for all your electrical projects. Magaha Electric specializes in commercial, retail, manufacturing, residential, and industrial contracting needs. Magaha Electric can provide superior service, technical know-how, and realistic budgeting for any size project in a timely, cost-effective manner. Visit MagahaElectric.com for all your electrical contracting needs. Magaha Electric, your East Tennessee electrical contracting source.
Well, in the previous inning, the Newberry team was called back out onto the field to see if, in fact, Trey Miller beat out that throw. Called the entire Newberry defense back out onto the field. The umpires had a long chat once they were finally on the field. And then the out call was made, which sent them back to the dugout. Same thing happened to Carson-Newman the day before. I just don't see the harm in why the teams can't remain in their dugouts while the umpires have that conversation. And the umpires won't even converse until the teams are on the field. I just don't get it. Jackson Underwood will deliver the first pitch to Keeler Osmond on the outside part of the plate, but it's a called strike. Bottom of the eighth inning and a huge frame for the Wolves. A ground ball hit sharply towards third. Backhanded glove by Floyd. He flips it on to Underwood, the pitcher, who taps on the bag and records the out. A 3-1 ground out for Keeler Osmond as it brings up Anthony Plotkin. 0 for 2. He struck out and popped out to the pitcher on a bunt attempt his last time up. And it looks like we may have a pinch hitter here for the Wolves, as Coach Snyder, head coach for Newberry, has popped out of the dugout and is talking to the home plate umpire with a lineup card in his hand. And it appears the new batter is Parker Murgo, a freshman first baseman out of West Columbia, South Carolina. So it looks like Murgo will get a chance to hit. He does have only one at-bat on the year, and it was a base hit against Wayne State of Michigan. So Murgo in a pinch hit appearance. We'll see if he takes over in right field after this offensive inning, and the first pitch from Underwood drops in for a strike. Underwood working through his fourth full inning of relief after Branson Angel, the starter, went 3 2/3. Murgo slaps it back up the middle into center field for a base hit. So Murgo now 2 for 2 on the season, batting 1,000. Campbell McCurry becomes the next batter. He's 1 for 3, singled, reached on an error, and grounded out to second base. So a runner at first represents the tying run. McCurry represents the go-ahead run at the plate. The deal from Underwood, ground ball chopper to third. Gibson fires onto second for 1. Won't have time for the double play over at first. So McCurry will reach on a fielder's choice. Murgo is out on the force. Two gone, one on. McCurry stands at first, and Chandler Mims becomes the batter. Mims is 1 for 3 today, a pair of groundouts and a single. That single came back in the fourth, in which Newberry put up 2 runs. If you're just tuning in, you've tuned in at an excellent time. Bottom of the 8th inning, 7-6 the score. Carson-Newman leads Newberry in the bottom of the 8th. Newberry at the dish. McCurry is picked off over at first, but back in safely. The tying run for Newberry is on first base, represented by Campbell McCurry. The go-ahead run at the plate batting, Chandler Mims. 2 outs in the frame. Underwood accepts a sign, now fires inside for ball 1. You hear a lot about Carson-Newman head coach Tom Griffin talk about Nick Castellana behind the plate and how he excels at calling a game, almost never see a pitcher shake off his signs. Underwood has accepted everything so far. The 1-0 breaking ball drops in for a called strike. McCurry takes a very slight lead off at first. Floyd holding him on as the first baseman. There's the pickoff attempt, but no tag is applied as McCurry gets his jersey dirty and slides back in safely. 10 hits for Newberry compared to just 8 for Carson-Newman. A swing and a chopper foul. That goes for strike 2 on Mims. Ball and 2 strikes to Chandler Mims. Should he reach Bryson Knuckles, the batting average leader for Newberry, stands on deck. Underwood, a long pause, now fires the 1-2. Fouled off and will do it again. This one will sail into the parking lot. Big moment of this game is this batter, Chandler Mims, trying to extend the Newberry 8th. I'll look back over towards first. We'll see Campbell McCurry. Now Underwood fires on a foul ball back into the screen. Oddly enough, somehow, some way, this is Carson-Newman's 13th game of the season, and it could be its first game to see the bottom of the 9th played. That is if Newberry fails to score a run here in the bottom of the 8th. The 1-2. This one's hit well towards the right field gap. Underneath it is Williams. He will reach up and make the catch for the 3rd out of the inning. No runs on a hit, no errors, and 1 runner left on base for Newberry. We head to the 9th inning with a 7-6 Carson-Newman lead. The Eagles will have one more opportunity to put up some insurance runs when we come back on the Eagles Sports Network.
At InterDigital, we strive to be a leading provider of cutting-edge digital and marketing solutions. At InterDigital, we want to help our clients find success. Our team of technology gurus work together to ensure InterDigital continues to progress forward as technology advances. At InterDigital, we make technology work for you. Visit interdigital.com for IT support, web development, virtual tours, graphic design, internet marketing, mobile app, and film production services.
InterDigital, laser focused on your success.
We love to cheer for our home teams, like the Eagles. It means more when we're rooting for the people we know. Did you know Tri-Lite is your home team internet provider? We're right here in Jefferson City, serving the people we know with our ultra-fast, ultra-reliable fiber broadband network. And we'd love to serve you. Learn more at trilite.net or by calling 833-847-0824. Go Eagles!
Back here from the Smith Road Complex in Newberry, South Carolina. Top of the batting order due up for not only Carson-Newman in the 9th inning, but top of the batting order will be due up for Newberry when we head into the bottom of the 9th. Ryan Jenkins, Spencer Williams, and Logan Floyd due up against Braden Gilson, who has pretty much turned into a second start. Newberry, a ball comes inside. He has pitched through now 6 complete innings, including a batter that he pitched to in the second, 6 1/3 in relief. A ball comes inside, and that's ball 2. retired 7 Eagles in a row dating back to the 6th inning. A ball will miss upstairs, and Jenkins nods his head approvingly as he's ahead in the count 3-0. Gilson has not walked a batter in his appearance, and that will change on 4 pitches to open up the 9th. Was a stark contrast to starter Hunter French, who walked 4 batters in just an inning and 2/3. So a runner aboard for Carson-Newman, trying to add some insurance runs, holding on to a narrow 7-6 lead. Shows bunt is Williams, but a pickoff attempt first to Ryan Jenkins. Carson-Newman put up 6 runs in the second, a single run in the 6th inning, another pickoff, but back in safely is Jenkins. Newberry put up a run in the second, 2 runs each in the 4th and 6th, and then most recently put up 1 run in the bottom of the 7th. The pitch from Gilson will miss outside. Gilson's delivered 5 pitches today, or in this inning, I should say. All of them have been balls. Pickoff back to first. Jenkins back in safely. About 3 or 4 pickoffs of Jenkins now. 2 pitches on the scoreboard to Williams. Both have been balls. Trying to snap a skid of 6 in a row, and Williams will swing and foul it off for the first strike of the inning. So a 2-1 time is called. I believe this is a pitch clock warning on Gilson, as the home plate umpire will make a note in his scorebook. And now Snyder, coach for Newberry, just wants a quick explanation. He'll get it from the field umpire and walk back. The 2-1 hit on the ground. That will get up the middle for a base hit for Spencer Williams. Stopping at second is Ryan Jenkins as the Eagles play station to station. So 2 runners now aboard. Coaching staff comes out to have a conversation, and it looks like this may be the day for Braden Gilson, who has had an excellent relief appearance for Newberry. Not often you see a reliever go over 6 innings of work, but Gilson's day will officially be done prior to Logan Floyd at bat. We'll let you know who the new Newberry pitcher is when we return on the Eagle Sports Network.
How do you know you're in a community, not just a town? Well, strangers smile as they walk by. They refill your coffee without you asking. And when you ask directions, people offer to walk you there. Communities give more. The way you know when you walk into First Bank that you are in a real community bank. Great products, direct access to your local bankers, and relationships that can last a lifetime. Don't just have an account. Have a community with First Bank. Member FDIC.
Insurance, it's about people, not things. It's about security. It's about confidence. It's about relationships. It's about trust. It's about you. As a local independent agent, Bible Insurance Agency can design an insurance program that's just right for you and your family. Give the people you love safe, sound, secure protection from Auto Owners Insurance. Call Bible Insurance Agency, 423-586-4320, or go by 1600 East Andrew Johnson Highway in Morristown.
We welcome you back here to the Smith Road Complex in Newberry. Blake Morrison takes over on the hill for the Wolves. Morrison, a sophomore out of Casey, South Carolina, is a right-handed arm out of the bullpen, making his 4th appearance of the year. Morrison with a 1.08 ERA and 8 1/3 innings of work has allowed 7 hits, 3 runs, only one of them earned, however. A strikeout to walk ratio of 9-5. Last appearance against Tusculum, pitched 4 innings of 1-run ball, allowed 5 hits to the Pioneers while striking out 5 of the Tusculum batters. A redshirt sophomore out of Airport High School takes the mound for Newberry in relief of Braden Gilson, who, including his one batter in the second inning, has pitched in 8 different innings of this ball game today. He inherits 2 runners aboard with Williams at second and Williams at first and Jenkins at second, as Logan Floyd steps up to the dish with a 1-for-3 line. And I'll check that. A pinch hitter coming in for Carson-Newman, Luke Goforth. We saw him pinch hit yesterday, or pinch run, I should say. But will now get an opportunity to pinch hit. First pitch to Goforth, he shows bunt, comes up empty, and that's a strike. Luke Goforth can have the opportunity to cash in for an RBI and extend the Carson-Newman lead from where it currently stands at just 1 run. No outs in the top of the 9th. The deal, Goforth shows bunt, lays it down, picked up by the pitcher Morrison. The throw onto first is in time on a perfect sacrifice bunt by Goforth. Rule it a sac bunt, 1-3. Advancing to second base is Spencer Williams. Jenkins gets up to third. 2 runners in scoring position and another pinch hitter for Carson-Newman in the place of the DH, Tanner Kilgore, brings up number 22, Julian Hines. So Hines now the batter. We saw Hines come in yesterday as a pinch hitter for Castellana. He struck out against John Rawlings in his only at-bat of the ball game. Hey, Snyder comes out and has a quick word, a potential infield shift as the corners come in. I think he was telling his middle infield to back up. Oh, no, he was telling the umpires he wanted an intentional walk of Julian Hines. So Hines intentionally walks to get to Castellana, who maybe not this series. And no, hang on, there's another pinch hitter for Carson-Newman as it brings up Frankie Delgado, who will likely come in to catch. So the Eagles are opening up the benches in a 1-run ball game. First pitch fouled back, and that makes it strike 1. So Delgado batting with the bases loaded and 1 away. 3 straight pinch hitters, Goforth, Hines, and Delgado for Carson-Newman. The 0-1 comes in and hits him, and that is a run-scoring RBI hit by pitch by Frankie Delgado. It now makes it 8-6, Carson-Newman. So the run scores, Jenkins crosses the plate, Williams is now at third, Hines at second, and Delgado at first. And Aiden Gibson comes back up to the plate, the first batter in 4 batters that has been in his scheduled spot. Comes inside, nearly hits him again for the right-handed hitting Gibson. He's 0 for 3 today, including a sacrifice bunt. First offering, he shows bunt, but instead it's a called strike. It would have been a suicide squeeze with the bases loaded and just 1 down. And 0-1. Cole Nathan stands on deck. He'll get a chance barring a double play. Gibson takes a pitch outside, and it's 1 ball and 1 strike. Carson-Newman has added an insurance run. It's now 8-6, Eagles in front of the Wolves. The deal for Morrison, it's a line drive that gets through the glove of Free. The throw on to third. There's no ruling from the umpire, who now says safe. Believe that will go down as a fielder's choice for Gibson. And Cole Nathan will step up to the dish, and it will be ruled as a fielder's choice. Everybody is safe, however. Delgado is at second. Hines is at third. Williams crosses the plate. It's now 9-6 as Carson-Newman has put up a 2 spot here in the top of the ninth. First pitch will miss outside to Nathan for ball 1. Cole Nathan today 2 for 4, a pair of singles, a strikeout, and a groundout. Morrison fires the delivery. It's a called strike for strike 1 to Nathan. Ryan Bolton stands on deck, followed by Trey Miller. The 0-1 taken upstairs. So 1 ball, 1 strike. One player that Carson-Newman has not used today is Braxton Smith, or this series, I should say, as a foul ball will hook out of play for strike 2. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Still only 1 away with the Eagles having the bases loaded. Hines, who stands at third, got on initially on an intentional walk. The 1-2, missing outside. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out, top of the ninth. 2 runs have crossed the plate for the Eagles in this frame, making it 9-6. Payoff pitch, hit in the air and hit well towards right field. Plotkin has a read. He'll reach up and make the catch. Tagging up and heading home is Julian Hines, who will score on a sacrifice fly to right field. So Hines crosses the plate. My apologies. Not Hines out in right field anymore after he got pinch hit for by Parker Murgo in the last inning. And it now brings up Ryan Bolton. I believe that is Murgo out in right field currently. So Ryan Bolton bats with 2 runners aboard at first and second. Now 10-6 the score after the sacrifice fly. Ball will miss outside, and it's 1-0. So Carson-Newman 10, Newberry 6 on 9 base hits for Carson-Newman today. Have been using a lot of Newberry's small ball strategies to help them get ahead. The 1-0 delivery from Morrison taken inside for ball 2. Wind has been blowing pretty consistently in from right field all day. It's only impacted the game once or twice. Look back towards second base by Morrison. Now the pickoff back to second base. A dangerous pickoff move, but the second baseman Knuckles is there to collect. Delgado was in with room to spare at second. Three runs have scored this inning. Shows bunt, pulls back on a ball called inside. 3 balls and no strikes, and Morrison needs to be careful as he's a ball away from reloading the bases for Trey Miller. Look back towards second. Double take by Morrison. Now fires a called strike on the inside portion of the plate. This is only game 1 of a doubleheader. We'll play a second one. About 30 minutes after this game concludes, that game will only be 7 innings. Look back towards second by Morrison. He double takes once more. And now fires on a called strike right down the heart of the plate. Count's now full to Ryan Bolton. Runners at first and second, full count with 2 outs. Both runners will be taking off for the next bag. The second, Morrison lifts his leg to fire the payoff to Bolton. Morrison gives one more check. Both runners take off on ball 4 downstairs. Newberry crowd shouts its disapproval. Second walk of the inning, and the first of which from Blake Morrison.
Now batting number 7, Trey Miller.
The head coach for Newberry, Jay Snyder, comes out. He was yelling sky high, but I didn't get much more context other than that as he came out of the dugout and will talk with his pitcher, Blake Morrison. Bases are loaded for Carson-Newman after the walk to Ryan Bolton. Aiden Gibson is now the runner at second base with Frankie Delgado at third. "30 minutes between games to allow both teams to have a snack or a late lunch before we get started for Game 2. Conclusion of Game 2 of the doubleheader. Carson-Newman's hitting the road right back to Jefferson City tonight. Will probably be a late night for the Eagles. Getting back into the witching hour of the night. Trey Miller waiting for his at-bat as Snyder leaves Morrison on the hill. Braden Gilson, the previous pitcher for Newberry, went 6 1/3 after Hunter French went 1 2/3. It's now Blake Morrison's turn. He's allowed 1 run on his line. And the first pitch to Trey Miller, missing low for ball 1. The Eagles have bladed 3 runs in the top of the 9th to take a 10-6 lead. Newberry will have an opportunity in the bottom of the 9th. The delivery from Morrison is a called strike inside. Evens the count to Miller, 1 ball and 1 strike. Center fielder for the Eagles, Trey Miller, is 0 for 3 today with a walk, 2 groundouts to short, and fouled out to third on a bunt attempt. Called strike upstairs for strike 2. So 10-6 a score as it stands. Morrison fires the 1-2, check swing on a pitch low and away, no appeal down, and the count's even, 2 balls and 2 strikes. Eagles have extended the lead back up to 4. Miller, ground ball to short. It's past the diving glove of Mims. In to score is Delgado and Gibson. Bolton stays at second. The Eagles have put up 5 runs of insurance here in the top of the 9th and have extended their lead back to what it was in the middle of the second, up to 6 runs, 12-6. Miller with a 2 RBI single. It felt like he was due for a base hit, and he gets it in the top of the 9th. Second time today that the Eagles have batted around as we're back to the top of the order for Ryan Jenkins. Jenkins waits on the first delivery from Morrison. It's in there for a called strike. 3 runs are now earned onto Blake Morrison. He came in to pitch to Luke Goforth, who sack bunted. Both outs in this inning, similar to the Eagles' second inning, have been off sacrifices. 0-1 ground ball. That's through the left side of the infield. Jenkins has himself a base hit. Bolton will head home. The throw will go to the cutoff man. And the Eagles have put up their second 6th spot of the game. It's now 13-6. So Jenkins singles. It pushes Miller up to second. Bolton comes from second base all the way home. 6 runs in the frame as it brings up Spencer Williams for the second time this inning. He singled against Braden Gilson as the final batter that Gilson faced. (13-6) the new score for Carson-Newman. Inside nearly hit Williams. Instead, he has to duck out of the way. So barring a large comeback from Newberry in the bottom of the 9th, it will set up a rubber match Game 3 in Game 2 of this doubleheader. A long look back towards second by Morrison. Now fires the 1-0 well outside to Williams. 2 balls and no strikes. 2-0 in the top of the ninth. 2 runners on and 2 outs. Foul ball by Williams will put the first strike on his at-bat. This game was tense heading into the 8th inning after the Wolves plated a run in the bottom of the 7th that made it 7-6. Nothing happened in the 8th inning, and now 6 insurance runs for the Eagles here in the 9th. 2-1 comes inside, nearly hits Williams on the belt. He gets out of the way of that pitch, and it's now a hitter's count 3-1. Two aboard, a look back towards second, and the 3-1 delivery is ball 4 downstairs. It is the third walk surrendered by Morrison. However, only one of them was on his record, I guess, as one of them was an intentional walk. Brings up Luke Goforth, who initially came in as a pinch hitter. He had a sacrifice bunt back to the pitcher in Morrison to lead off his appearance. First pitch low and in outside for ball 1. Goforth bats with the bases loaded and 2 outs. The first baseman, Osmond, comes up to Morrison, perhaps to provide some advice on how to pitch to Goforth. Osmond is listed as a two-way player, first baseman and left-handed pitcher, is the sophomore from James Island, so possibly sees a weakness in the Eagles' offense that he's sharing with his teammate Morrison. First pitch, or second pitch, I should say, of the at-bat is a called strike to Luke Goforth. 1 ball, 1 strike, bases loaded, and another pitch taken high. 2 balls and a strike to the Eagle wearing number 4. Blacksburg, Virginia native, which is where Carson-Newman Track and Field is today at the Virginia Tech Challenge. 1-1, ball downstairs, and it's now 3 balls and a strike to Goforth. Chance for Morrison to walk in another run, which would be the 7th of the inning for Carson-Newman. Morrison just trying to get out of it. 3-1 down Main Street. And it's a called strike 2. All 3 runners will be moving on the pitch from Morrison. Williams at first, Jenkins at second, and Miller at third. The 3-2 fouled back into the screen. We'll do it again. Three-two payoff. Yeah, it's inside for ball 4. It is the 4th walk surrendered by Morrison. Back-to-back walks as it pushes Williams up to second base, Jenkins to third. Miller will score. Miller initially singled, advanced to second on the Jenkins single, then second and third on back-to-back walks, and it looks like that will be the day for Blake Morrison. Pitching change for the Newberry Wolves, as we'll take a short break to let the new pitcher warm up for Newberry. We'll let you know who it is when we come back on the Eagle Sports Network.
Dorm food got you down? Need a home-cooked meal? Then Lisa's Country Kitchen is for you. Lisa's Country Kitchen has been feeding Carson-Newman students for 15 years. Lisa's has a family-friendly atmosphere all day long. From the morning with her $2.99 breakfast specials to dinner with Lisa's fresh, never-frozen steaks. Carson-Newman students get a 10% discount with their student ID.
Lisa's Country Kitchen on Route 92 off Old Andrew Johnson Highway. The best food for the best prices.
Looking to make your home more comfortable and affordable? Maybe with a new electric heat pump or new attic insulation? And don't forget new doors and windows. AEC is here to help. Contractor network, easy financing, and incentives for home upgrades. Plus, AEC carefully inspects every job to ensure the highest quality satisfaction. Visit our website at aeccoop.org for applications, contractor lists, and more details. AEC, power what matters most.
Well, Wyatt Carey takes over on the hill for Newberry. It will be the 3rd appearance for Carey, who carries a 13.50 ERA, has allowed 3 hits and 3 runs in 2 innings of work. Carey last saw action in the midweek against Augusta, which was a big win for Newberry, 10-5. He pitched 2 innings against the Jaguars, did not allow a hit nor a run while striking out 4 of the 6 outs he recorded. Where he ran into a bit of trouble was on February 1st against Barton. Did not record an out while allowing 3 hits and 3 runs. So it's been the tale of 2 appearances for Carey. Will you see the Barton Carey who didn't record an out and allowed 3 runs to score, or will you see the Augusta Carey, which was his more recent appearance in which he pitched 2 innings, did not allow a hit nor a run while striking out 4? And it looks like we're ready to go again with Julian Hines. Another change will be made here, actually, by Carson-Newman. Bringing in Seth Benner in place of Julian Hines, who came in place of Tanner Kilgore. So Benner will become the 3rd batter to hit in the 4-hole. He bats with the bases loaded and 2 gone against Wyatt Carey, who's just trying to get out of the jam. First pitch is a called strike inside. 7 runs have been plated by Carson-Newman here in the 9th. If you're just tuning in, Carson-Newman has taken a 7-6 lead into the 9th inning and turned it into a 14-6 lead. The 0-1, called a strike down low. Bases are loaded, full of Eagles. Goforth at first, Williams at second, and Jenkins at third. 14 runs on 11 hits, 4 errors for Carson-Newman, 6 runs on 10 hits and an error for Newberry. A swing and a miss on an 0-2 by Benner will end the frame of what seems like a marathon top of the 9th inning. Carey gets the only batter he faces to strike out, as 7 runs will score for Carson-Newman off of just 3 hits, no errors committed, and leaving the bases loaded. Bottom of the 9th coming up for Newberry when we return on the Eagles Sports Network.
Students for 15 years. Lisa's has a family-friendly atmosphere all day long. From the morning with their $2.99 breakfast specials to dinner with Lisa's fresh, never-frozen steaks. Carson-Newman students get a 10% discount with their student ID.
Lisa's Country Kitchen on Route 92 off Old Andrew Johnson Highway. The best food for the best prices.
Looking to make your home more comfortable and affordable? Maybe with a new electric heat pump or new attic insulation? And don't forget new doors and windows. AEC is here to help. We have a quality contractor network, easy financing, and incentives for home upgrades. Plus, AEC carefully inspects every job to ensure the highest quality satisfaction. Visit our website at aeccoop.org for applications, contractor lists, and more details. AEC, power what matters most.
Jackson Underwood still on the mound for Carson-Newman. He will look for the statistical save in what would be the 2nd of his season and his career. Standing in the way for Newberry is Bryson Knuckles, Jesse Free, and Jonathan Velez, the top of the batting order for Newberry. And hang on, we'll have a pinch hitter here as well in the place of Bryson Knuckles, trying to get some of the less used position players some time, and it will be Carson Hayes wearing number 0 to lead the inning off. He'll take a called strike. So Hayes, the pinch hitter, he'll swing through it for strike 2. It's now an 0-2 count. Defensive changes for Carson-Newman. Delgado now catching. Goforth is over at first base. The 0-2. This one's taken high. Ball 1. 1 ball, 2 strikes, no outs here in the bottom of the 9th inning. The first time this season that Carson-Newman has participated in the bottom of the ninth. High pop-up behind home plate. Delgado will give chase, and he will make the catch right on the screen. Impressive play for Delgado as he rips the catcher's mask off and will make the catch. Newberry down to its final 2 outs as we'll see another pinch hitter enter the ballgame for Newberry. This is number 21, Logan Busenlenner. And time will be called. Jason White comes out and will rob Jackson Underwood of a save opportunity. Call to the bullpen. It looks like this will be Ethan Patch coming in for the Eagles when we come back on the Eagle Sports Network. Back here from the Smith Road Complex, Ethan Patch takes the mound for Carson-Newman, relieves Jackson Underwood, who has pitched since the 4th inning. Patch will be making his 2nd appearance of the year. First pitch is in there for a called strike on another pinch hitter, Busenlenner, number 21 out of West Columbia, South Carolina. Second opportunity, the 0-1 is a called strike. So 2 pinch hitters for Newberry. The 1-2 is chopped over towards third, picked up, and the fire on to Goforth is in time. And Newberry down to its final out. Jonathan Velez was due up this inning. Instead, it will be another pinch hitter. John Rawlings, who got the save last night, will now come in to hit. He was an Eagle killer yesterday. We'll see if he has the opportunity to hurt the Eagles offensively, as the first pitch from Patch will miss for a ball. Rawlings is still looking for his first hit of the season, as a ball will miss downstairs. 2 balls and no strikes. 0 for 4 on the year. Last at-bat came on Valentine's Day against Tusculum, where he came up empty. The 2-0 called a strike to Rawlings, so it's Patch against Rawlings. Carson-Newman looking for the final out to secure the win. Pitch is taken high, 3 balls and a strike. The delivery from Patch, it's hit back up the middle, stopped by Nathan, who can't collect it cleanly, and it'll be a base hit for John Rawlings. It's his first hit of the season. So Wilson Wages was due up in this spot, and as you can probably guess, we'll get another pinch hitter, KJ. And the PA announcer says KJ Leshko The sophomore out of Tampa, Florida, will step up to the dish. He takes the spot of the left fielder, Wilson Wages, with a runner at first base, and the first pitch to Leshko is taken upstairs for ball one. The 1-0 delivery taken downstairs for ball two. Patch looking to record the final out of this ball game and to book the fourth conference victory for Carson-Newman and to set up a winner-take-all rubber match in game two of this doubleheader. Called strike will put the first strike on the board against Leshko from Patch. Underwood goes 4.2 as a ball will miss low. They're saying that's ball three, and Leshko will have to go back. I was a little confused at first myself, as I also thought that was ball three, and so did everyone in the ballpark besides Leshko, who now takes ball four low and inside. Back-to-back batters reach for Newberry after Rawlings singles and Leshko walks. And it brings up another pinch hitter. This is Carson Vega, a freshman from Tampa, Florida. It is the fifth straight batter to open the inning that has been a pinch hitter for Newberry. Vega batting .500 on the young season as a called strike will hit low in the zone for strike one. He is 1 for 2. His lone hit came on February 1st against Barton. Later came around to score. Vega has been primarily used as a pinch runner. 0-1, chopping ground ball to short, picked up by Jenkins, who will throw it on to second in time for the out. An inning-ending fielder's choice that gets Leshko out between the bases, and that's the ball game. Carson-Newman, 14 runs on 11 hits compared to Newberry's 6 runs on 10 hits. Carson-Newman will earn the victory in